Hey there, folks, and welcome back to the Rome campaign. Last time, we attended to our internal affairs, using a lot of our massive treasury we've been building up recently to start construction of a massive fleet to hopefully, in the near future, contest the waters from Carthage. We have a portion of it finished, which will be used in a minute to contest the waters from Epirus. We'll talk about that in just a second. But of course, last episode, we also went to war with Etruria, our second and probably last Etrurian war that I have planned, just seizing the territories in Ariminum that they still held and their Corsican holdings. And in a stroke of luck, we also managed to, through their defensive league with all of the native tribes on Sardinia, we also managed to get the Sardinian territory in this war as well. Our AE did not exactly have the 5-year peaceful period to recover as I sort of initially had planned, but worked out in the end. This is territory that's part of Italia, so I wanted it, and now I have it. Now, we're in a position where we are basically ready to declare war upon Epirus through a declaration on Tarentum, or on Epirus directly. We have a claim on them now, but the plan is still to attack Tarentum, basically at will. We've got our armies assembled and organized in some good locations for initiating some sieges on all of Epirus's feudatories in the area. And looking around, things do look pretty solid for this plan. I think now that the election has happened, we can basically proceed here. I will take a sec just to talk about our new leaders. We've got Gaius and Quintus as our consul and co-consul, respectively. 13, 9, 10 from Gaius. This guy is a monster. And Quintus is feebly providing us with the 7 zeal. I guess that's better than 5 zeal, so I can't be too mad. But amazing attributes aside, this consul is phenomenal for what's going to be a very war-like 5-year period here, most likely. So let's take a look at him. So he is crafty, which means he has 20 base corruption. That's not so great, but that does boost his finesse. And that's really the only other thing I guess enslavement efficiency is slightly increased too, but everything else is sort of a minor modifier. Wheedling, conniving, and cunning may not be attractive qualities, but they're never unhelpful ones. So we may have some loyalty problems that Italia thanks to this guy's very corrupt governorship. And because it's set to 20 by crafty, no anti-corruption laws or effects can ever reduce it. Right, he also is aggressive, which makes sense, 1 extra martial, and as the commander of the levy of Italia, he's going to be giving extra discipline to axemen, horse skirmishers, camels, and light cavalry. Basically the best flanking units in this game, or in this mod, I should say, but also in the game to some extent. Tempered by war, Gaius sees his formations as a shining sword to thrust into the very heart of the enemy. Right. He is also prominent, which the relevant part is that Italia will have 10% better commerce under his rule, which is great. When Gaius Valerius Babulcus speaks, people listen. Right. Then lastly, he is secure, 1 extra charisma, and loyalty of governors while he's the ruler +5. That's pretty good. If Gaius Valerius Babulcus had feathers, not even a divine thunderbolt could ruffle them. And of course we have him on... Nope, we don't. Let me fix that now. Put him on a scheme influence. I don't care about the games. He also is rivaled with his co-consul. That's an interesting rivalry. Come back to that. And Cornelius Secunda are vulnerarius. Can I convince you to not be rivaled with your own co-consul? That would perhaps be nice. 30 PI for that. I could afford it, and ultimately this rivalry may not be a huge problem. Co-consul's otherwise very loyal. In fact, let's talk about him now. Quintus Fabius Relianus is the co-consul. In terms of his traits, he's victorious, prominent, devout. He's got the blood of the Fabii. He's obsessive, and he is incapable, so that's not so great. But an interesting character nonetheless. He is training himself. Don't know exactly how that is happening, but I guess he's doing some self-improvement. We have to appreciate that. Love to see love to see that. I don't know what to say about that. Don't need to say too much. Also, since reloading the game, we have experienced a bit of a popularis moment here. This is a bit more than I saw at the end of the last episode. 46 control. It seems like whenever there's an election or a client reload, this stuff all gets recalculated. So the popularis have kind of gotten a little powerful. I mean, it makes sense because they've got the consulship. Finally, we've got trending popularis approval, so that's really nice. And the Boni and the Optimates are both now fairly diminished. We shall see if this becomes a problem. Hopefully not. I would prefer this to be a bit more balanced, but at the minute, not too much I can do to really affect that directly. All that said, I think we're ready to go ahead and go to war with Epirus. No more time to waste. Let's go for it. So we're going to be declaring war after making sure that everything's paid for. Yep, it is. I could have actually increased fleet maintenance to be increased just to give myself extra morale, but should not be a problem. These guys are actually about to hit in or run into my navy on the next day, so that is going to be a great way to start things off. This may even draw the enemy navies out towards this tile to join the combat, which will be bad for them, because this fleet here on ramming tactics will do a lot of damage. Only 14 of the Hexarays are here, but we've got all the Liburnians. This is, I guess, technically a little inefficient, because I really can only have 30 ships in combat at once. So I probably shouldn't have organized the fleet like this. I should have kept 14 of them in doing something else, but too late now. We're going to war at this point. So Epirus comes in, and all their feudatories come in too. And Aetolia, who is Epirus's ally. So Aetolia comes in too. But importantly, since our shenanigans last episode, Epirus no longer has that defensive league, so that works for me. I have military access with Tarentum. Whoops. Alright, I may attack for a different claim. Man. Okay, well, hold on. I could just attack Alea, who I do have a claim on from before. Okay, the plan had been to go for Tarentum, but I forgot that I have military access with them. Let me cancel it now, just to be on the safe side. Who else do I have access through? Nobody else. Totally forgot about that. That's no big deal, because we have the claim on Alea, and the Alea is going to have the same outcome happen here. So, going to be going to take Alea. Let's see, Frentania probably won't finish integrating before this war is done. I'm not entirely sure what's going to happen with that. We can also start with Brutia. Probably should start that before this war is initiated. So let me just start integration at Brutia, get this going. Okay, now with that noted, let's go ahead and go for this. Interestingly, Brutia will still come in, even though I just interacted with them. Maybe that doesn't count for that. Okay, take Lucania. Epirus is called in, as is all of Epirus's friends and feudatories. So here we go. All right, Epirus becomes the war leader because they are the overlord. That is how that is supposed to work. Okay, it begins. Don't need to worry about approaching the Greeks. We're about to approach them with our weapons held out, so that's the approaching method that we're going to be implementing here. All right, so first things first. So this, battle's about to happen. Unit exiled. Wait, hold on. First things first, why is that unit exiled? Did Epirus just end their war with these guys? Or did this happen before? Okay, this exiled Epirot army is, okay, that doesn't matter right now. First things first, in we come. This should be an easy fight. This over here should be an easy fight. This should be, oh man, this is a surprisingly large levy. How is this the case? What kind of heritage do you have? I'm not sure how they have a levy this big, but we should still win this fight just fine, even attacking in the hills. You two both come into Taurus and get this going. Actually, no, just kidding. You go up here and grab that first, and then probably go and attack the Tarentum army over there. Okay, that is, I think, everybody moving. All right, we let one day progress. All right, good. Also just finished this fortress over here, and the court of law in Roma, and this fortress up here. Okay, good. You're gonna get away? Really? Seems a little hard to believe, but fortunately, because we have just integrated New Carrier recently, I didn't look at this earlier, they do have their hill city. We're gonna get rid of this later, but they do have a fort here, which does protect Salernum, at least from being held for too long, so what I will do is destroy one layer of fort, and I will otherwise sort of demolish the city. May as well, honestly. This is not a good spot for a city. Let's This can all go. A little bit of extra money for wartime. I could just do it right now. Honestly, yeah, like Pompeii would be a better spot than up here, in all honesty. I mean, in the future, it won't be a very good spot for a city, but for now, we're not getting, you know, burned alive quite yet. I guess we'll see if that happens. I think, actually, this event happens during the extended timeline period of, like, this campaign, once we're past where the base game ends. And I wonder if that's actually been simulated in the mod. I actually don't know offhand. I guess we'll find out. Alright, I'm going to revoke city status. May as well. We've got the partially underground fort. That'll do. We'll keep it for now. Alright, you're going to catch them. And then down here, you're going to catch them. Alright. And then the naval battle. We don't have full morale for some reason. But we just won the fight anyways. I think we just sunk everybody. I mean, we're on ramming tactics, so that does make sense. We also captured their admiral. Whenever you do any naval battle where the enemy is an admiral, so that the admiral doesn't just drown every single time, because admirals can't like split across multiple forces like levy generals can, the admiral's always captured, almost in every instance. I don't think I've ever seen it not happen. Okay, so with that done, what we do now, I think the Imperator Navy was in this tile, so let me go in here and see if I can find them. 6th of January. Alright, it's fine. Oh, there's the Alea Navy. I should have turned around to go get them. I'm sure I won't catch them if I turn around now. They can leave if they want. I'm only going to go back if this force here starts to leave. Alright. Where's the Imperator Navy? Didn't I see it come in here last episode? Am I losing my mind? I should have rewatched the last episode, apparently, because this Navy is not here. Okay, well, let's go back to just blockading this in. Let's see what we can do there. Alright. Alright, we stack wiped the army over at Scipius. Okay, good. You recover your morale, and then we will probably do an assault. I want to get these city-states sort of knocked out quick to get the war score going. Alright, let's swing back around. Where are you going? Probably the Consulinum. Okay. Oh, they have to... Although once they get here, they will have to go down to Blonda. It's not going to get the whole province, so we're going to be fine. Okay, good. Get that going. You grab this. These guys can't go anywhere. I guess they could get onto the Alean Navy, but that's the Tarentum AI and the Alea AI needing to coordinate that, so I'm not too confident they're going to figure that one out. Alright, I'm going to go here for now. Actually, no. I think this Navy's going to hide here because it knows it will get killed. I'm going to try and chase this Navy down. I mean, this is a 3 lighter ship, so it's probably faster than me, but let's see what we can do. I want to find and kill some of these Imperator navies somewhere. See how this can go. But these naval battles do add up to a lot of war score, given time. Okay, this guy's up to some weird tricks. Don't know what that's about. Oh, here we go. They have left the port. And the game uncharitably thinks this is going to be a close fight. I don't know if I can agree with that. I mean, if you look at the numbers here, we both have 30 Liburnians, but 18 triremes are a flat downgrade compared to 14 hexarays, and we have 1 more marshal. So I think this is a very uncharitable assessment, but we're going to catch them in a big naval battle. That was the goal, so mission accomplished. Battle down here. We're going to win that. Okay, good, with the extra morale. All right, now the game is recalculated. Oh, because some of them left? No, they're all still here. Hold on, where do the other numbers... Okay, I'm not entirely sure what's going on. There's some other Navy here that was changing the math. Alright, we caught them. This Navy's going to run back over. It's not going to help. It's not going to do too much. Alright. Battle of Asinus Sampontinus. Alright. This is the battle down here. Put them under siege. We killed about 1.1k. Very good. Blockading Heraclea. Yeah, I'll get to that in just a minute. Don't worry. Captured the crucial capital. Alright. Let's go and snipe these guys and then swing back around and probably do an assault. I'm pretty comfortable doing some assaults. I have a lot of manpower to make use of. We're actually almost near the wartime manpower max, so I'm perfectly happy to basically like throw manpower at these assaults just to speed this up. I just need to kind of keep the momentum going. I'm going to be asking for quite a bit in this deal, all things considered. I'm asking for possibly 6 like tag deletions and Epirot land. I mean, it's all going to be in Magna Graecia, but it is a lot of war score to ask for a nation's entire land, so I don't want to, you know, under-prepare for what will have to happen with this. Alright, I think everyone's in the right spot. Alright, now we're just chewing through. We've captured a bunch of their triremes, by the way. Like, these guys are just roaming around, just doing goofy stuff. Right. Oh, here's the other Epirus navy. Okay. This could be a concern. They have got not very good martial, but lots of morale. I mean, numbers-wise, we're still looking strong. Incidentally, just out of curiosity. Okay, never mind. Nothing to be done about that. Alright, 1st of February. If we win this fight, that will definitely make things a little bit easier. Okay, we won the fight. That makes things a little bit easier. So now they're attacking into the water. Fortunately, we captured a couple ships here. Looks like we captured 3 Liburnians, 2 triremes, so yeah, we're going to be fine. Now that our morale's like sort of reset, and we're going to get the monthly tick, I think, before they get here. Oh, we do. That is clutch. Thank you, Neptune, for that one. Really appreciate it, dude. Alright, so another naval fight's going to happen immediately. Pause the game again. What's going on here? I'm just going to wait here for a sec. I'm going to catch them as they're coming in. Everything else is looking fine. Ranarain the Winnium is done. Nice. Oh, they know what I'm up to. Alright. Let's just go here and see what they do. Alright, next turn, Epirus should lose this naval fight handily. We shall see. Maybe under attack. I'm aware. I am informed. The Gauls want my glass. Sure. You stay away. Don't even think about it. Okay. Here we go. Let's get these numbers up, guys. Don't. Okay, here we go. Oh my gosh. They're just obliterating my hex arrays. We're gonna have to do... Oh yeah, here we go. I mean, these hex arrays exist to defeat navies, so... I mean, we're doing our job here. The hex arrays did go into the fight first, and they were already damaged. So I can't be too upset that there's problems here with the hex arrays getting killed. That is their purpose in life, is to die for my naval victories. These guys are going over to the fort. Good luck sieging that one. You're only at 700 strength. So I guess it's 2 cohorts. They will get to 1,000 strength sooner or later, then they can start sieging, but they'll have to actually get through it. They've locked in. Alright, that should be good. Okay, we're going to win this fight just fine. They're actually trying to flee the fight, which is the right decision by them. Lost 11 ships. Yeah, losing the 5 hex arrays is painful. But we just did 2 naval fights back to back with our morale disadvantage, so this was a pretty important victory. We have wrestled control of these oceans from Epirus for now. That is a sure thing. Okay, so at this stage, I think what we do is stay put for now. No, that's not what we do. How's our strength doing? Okay, I think I peel away the... Oh my god, 2% strength. Holy moly. I think I need to peel away either the weakest ships to go... Yeah, let me see here. 9 ships left. What are we looking at? 18 ships total, because they're the ones that survived the previous fight. Okay, here's the move. Oh, they're still moving. I mean, literally, here's the move. They're still moving, so let's have them just come here, and then we'll get them reorganized. cheater, you already locked in before. Whatever, I'll catch you up there. Okay, here's the plan. I'm going to split away the weakest strength ships to go and repair. Anyone under 50% gets shore leave, so you guys can all... I like how this list has no way to you know, order it. You just have to look with your eyes. That's great. Love that. All right, this 2%. This ship is just hanging on for dear life. Oh my gosh, hope a strong gust of wind doesn't hit them from the wrong angle. Going straight to the bottom of the sea. Alright, so we're going to be sending away basically all of our hex rays, which makes sense. The hex rays were the front line. They took most of the damage. Both of the triremes, which we're going to keep for this war just to have some extra muscle. And basically 10 of the Liburnians, so 23 ships left. This force should be enough to keep the Imperator from reestablishing naval supremacy. You guys, I think the best move for you guys is to actually go to Heraclea so that you're in a nice central position in case you need to deploy them for more purposes. This guy is going to this tile. I'm going to try to catch this fleeing Elaean navy to try to sack wipe it. See what I can do here. Not too confident I'll catch up to it, but now we have a very fast Liburnian-only 23 fleet, so in theory this means we've got more army speed, or I guess naval speed, than the fleet that has 2 triremes, so maybe we catch them. We shall see. Alright, Tanya is going to go kill these guys. That's perfect. Anyone get any breaches off? I've not been watching the breaches very closely because I've been focusing on these other matters. Doesn't seem like it. Alright. You, I hope, can finally catch those guys. Leia under siege. Oh, you're going back? What? Oh no, you're going out. I was looking at the wrong direction. I'm gonna allow attachment to, I mean, I should rename it now from the blockade flotilla. I'll call this the active fleet. Once I get my actual navies, you know, fully composed, I'll have more, you know, nice names. But for now, attachment allowed. I'll call this the inactive fleet. I'll call this the reserves. It's more accurate. All right, just so I know offhand what I'm looking at here. Yeah, no admiral needed for you guys. Just sail back over. Actually, admiral potentially needed for you guys. This force or this fleet here is kind of in the way. It's going directly into this tile. Probably, it might be going into port because the enemy should consider itself to not have naval dominance. So let's keep an eye on this stack of ships here and see what they do. Hopefully nothing too severe. Yeah, we should. Okay, they're actually just going to go in. I think they're going to go hide in Croton, which is not the worst thing to do. Please go kill these guys. I don't know why you're not doing that. Alright, so let's see who these guys join. I'll just allow attachment to all of these armies, and then whoever gets the attachment, I will go ahead and do an assault. This force here probably could just do an assault right now, given its numbers, but I'm going to wait. No need to be hasty here. 18th of February. Okay, they're going to catch these guys up here. We are going to catch these guys up here. But do we want to catch these guys up here? This morale's wrong. This is a glitch. I can't see their real morale. I mean, it's the surviving Epirotes, who I don't think are white flag still. Maybe they are, and it's just not displaying. The Elaean Navy, we definitely can beat, even with partial morale. Let's just see what happens. I sort of can't tell. All right, 19th of February. This is the day by day. Once you're dealing with mixed land and naval, you know, maneuvering, it's like literally day by day play, you know? It is what it is. All right, 18th of February. 19th of February. Okay, 18th, battle begins. What are we looking at here? Okay, so the Epirotes are still white flagged. I just couldn't see it. We're going to kill these guys just fine. Maybe capture them. Here's all the Epirote armies, by the way, stuck over in Greece. Must suck to not have a naval supremacy, hey? Alright, so these guys are going to go hide in Croton. Probably the smart thing for them to do, although if they wanted to really hurt me, they could just sort of go for a suicide attack on my reserve fleet, but I don't think the AI is coordinating internally about that very well. Alright, this should be... Yep, we captured a trireme and sunk the other two, and we captured the admiral. Alright, this fleet's probably going into... Actually, we know for sure it's going into Lissos. I could have either all of or part of the active fleet, just blockade them in there. But I think I would rather use the active fleet to support my sieges for now. So here's the plan. We're going to take the active fleet and split it in two. Yeah, this is fine. So we'll bring you guys over back here. Actually, is it safe enough to do a split like this? I think it is. You guys swing around to here to help with the siege here. We're going to start doing some assaults once I get the blockade bonus. Okay, we caught these guys here. Didn't stack up them, but we did damage them quite a bit. And there's the retreating Thurian army arriving here in just a minute, so we will let that fight happen. You guys just stay here. Okay, let's let another tick go by, then probably do an assault over there. These guys are going to go catch those guys now. That's good. 4th of March. All right, so we got a little bit of time for that. Can you guys get into port in time? No, you're not going to get into port in time for this monthly tick. That's too bad. Repairs only happen on the monthly tick, so we're going to miss out on one monthly tick. That's bad luck, but not too much I can do about that, unfortunately. Not too much I can do about that. I could also send another hex array over, but I'm not sure it's safe to move like that. There might be navies down in the fog that I can't see, so we gotta proceed with care. I'm being plundered by pirates. Swell. Alright. And Fisa went by marble. Yep. This should be not a stack wipe, but it was a pretty good fight. Alright. You guys head over here, and then we'll do a very safe assault over here. Allies are going to win a fight. Rare for you to tour W. Alright, now that we've got the siege removing their port bonus, and we've got a couple ticks in, I think this is a level 2 fort? Is that right? Yeah, level 2 fort, that's why. Okay. Maybe this is a little risky without a breach. That being said, as I just said earlier, I have a lot of manpower, and this is the war to spend it on, because I am probably not going to be in a position with the naval damage I'm taking to really do the Punic War right after this, although maybe we'll see what we can do with that. Let me just go for it. I need to get these, because really strategically, these city-states are going to be like hindering my ability to just kind of get this war wrapped up with how spread out they are, so let's go for an assault up here. And then, yeah, that is the only place we're going to worry about that right now. Let's see how this goes. Supply shortage. Sacking of Scipius. Okay, we won the assault. Gaius Valerius Babulcus has led his men to glorious victory during the siege of Scipius. The enemy flee in disgrace, and all that is left is to decide on how to treat the residents within. Needless to say, the spoils of war likely to cause those back in Roma to admire Gaius greatly, but leaving such wealth in the hands of one man could cause problems in the future. Alright, so, one slave sent to Canusium. What are we dealing with here? Pretty good population. These guys are largely Italiotians, which means they're Hellenic, or what's their culture group actually called? Is it Hellenic or Greek? Hellenistic, which means wrong culture group, which means none shall hide. Cruel on the console is fine. I want the money. Alright, good. You guys go ahead and shift back over here. We're going to support... We're going to get these two fleets merged back together, just for safety. You guys go ahead and kind of come down to Heraclea just to recover manpower and morale in a relatively safe area. Okay. And then over here, no breach, so we hold off for now. Let me see what this... let me see what the siege progression ends up being over here. Supply shortage. Okay. Let's do the next assault up here once these guys arrive. They've already got the thing blockaded, so that's good. Popularis agenda, an office for Marcus Valerius Corvidus. Alright, the Popularis are known for looking after their own, particularly those disliked by opposing parties. The latest of these, Marcus Valerius Corvinus, is now a politician heavily supported and requested by his peers for every political position in our nation. What did they want him to have? The Praefectus Militaris. Alright, well this guy It's not necessarily super great. This is going to be negative 50 approval. Yeah, that's not really super feasible. That would cause problems for me, to say the least. I have a lot of trend upward, but this would really hurt my Senate support. Alright, what office does he want? Praefectus Militaris. It is a downgrade, but this would keep the Populares kind of, you know, under control for now. This is fine. I will have to just deal with losing out on my pretty good current Praefectus Militaris. Let him have a position then, so they stop their incessant whining. Ugh, that's gonna have to do. Nothing to be done. Alright, 25th of March for you. Alright, good. At this stage, we should be able to just do a pretty safe assault. Even at full double garrison strength, this should be feasible. Well, it will be feasible. It's going to be expensive, but this should be feasible. Order the assault. Alright, and then over here, no breaches. No breaches down there either. Okay. Ooh, it is very expensive on manpower, but we are going to, I think, get this before the morale runs out. Perhaps. Alright, let's trade for... What do we get now? We could get cedar. There's another cedar trade available now. I probably do want to lock down the cedar. There's no more glass available, otherwise I'd focus on that. How's the food doing? April, so we're in the springtime, so this is not harvest season, which means that we've got, at least outside of winter, the food sort of under control. Let's get the extra copy of cedar from Egypt locked down at the cedar trade. Now we've got ship recruit speed bonus across the board, which is pretty solid, and the extra manpower and latium certainly isn't bad either. Right, come on. Don't screw with me here. We should be able to get enough. Come on, here we go. Oh, let's do this first. The sacking of Taurus. Gaius Valerius Babulcus has led his men to glorious victory during the siege of Taurus. The enemy flee in disgrace, and all that is left is to decide on how to treat the residents within. Needless to say, the spoils of war likely to cause those back in the Roma to admire Gaius greatly, but leaving such wealth in the hands of one man could cause problems in the future. Right, so this place is assuredly an Italiotian location. Can I select this tile, please? Out of my way. Pop-ups. Oh, yeah. Nope. None shall hide. Here we go. Okay, Oracle of Delphi. The Oracle of Delphi has been the rise and fall of many legendary heroes. Ill tidings arrive from the Oracle with a messenger, bearing news of the bad times to come unless Rome is to get a new leader. The nobles of our society start looking at Gaius Valerius Babulcus with skeptical eyes, as the Oracle herself has said he is ill-befitting a leader. Maybe it's time to change your leadership. Okay, what are our options? 77 gold would be fine. 25 PI and popularity would also technically be fine. I'd prefer the gold, though. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and go for 77 gold. This is perfectly fine. We're going to pay for this with money we just earned by sacking another Hellenistic city. So that is, speaks for itself. Right. Okay, these guys took a big beating. Let's head down to Heraclea to rest up and get, recovered. How's the strength looking? I'm not seeing a lot of repair happening. What is the, what's the situation here? Where's my ship repair? Do I not repair? Oh no, it's repairing the ones that are higher in the queue, I think. Oh, you know, it can't repair the Hexerids because it's not a tier 3 port. Ah, that makes sense because it can't recruit them. I should make Heraclea a tier 3 port. By the way, I should have Heraclea and Pise both be tier 3 ports. I think it's actually worth trading for stone and like setting that up right now, just so it gets underway, because I do think that's actually pretty important. So I should technically wait to do this when I'm under Bonnie leadership in order to get the build cost reduction, but it's not too expensive. Let me at least get Heraclea set up for this, and I'll build a level 2 port in Pise, and we'll switch back out of stone temporarily. We're going to get some more sacks pretty soon. We can get the last one going in Pise after that. Alright. It's not going to help in this war, but it will be good to have, because I'm planning for Heraclea and Pise, given their locations, to be pretty important, like, major cities for me. Hence why I want to have them be, them and Ostia being my 3 sort of port homes for my navies. Okay, that's fine. For now, we'll just leave these guys in here to repair what they can. That is fine. I can't safely move back over to Ostia with the pirates around here, so it is what it is. Alright, let's proceed. Another set of ticks, see if we get some breaches. That'd be cool if we did. Supply shortage, what do you get? Defender's Desert. Okay, well, these are pretty good rolls. I think... Also, at this point, Epirus is probably getting its fleet ready to transport troops over, so I should send this fleet back out to try to blockade them from doing that. Which means I need to make use of them now, right away. So let me go ahead and do an assault down here. That being said, I'm not so sure this is a feasible... I think I did the assault up here with less forces, though, so let's go for it. What are these? Well, 10.24. I think this is feasible. Let's order the assault. The divine response. The ceremony to appease the gods continued for several days until finally we got the response we were hoping for. It seems Apollo has been appeased by our actions and has intervened on the behalf of Gaius Valerius Bulbulcus to make sure he will continue ruling in the light of the gods. Great news. Thanks, Apollo. Really appreciate it. Oh, come on. Here we go. The sacking of Theroi. Gaius Valerius Bulbulcus has led his men to glorious victory during the siege of Theroi. The enemy flee in disgrace, and all that is left is to decide on how to treat the residents within. Taking a sip of my drink. Needless to say, these spoils of war likely caused those back in Roma to admire Gaius greatly, but leaving such wealth in the hands of one man could cause problems in the future. Alright, what are we looking at here? Retaliation predominantly, so none shall hide. That works. Okay, and then this force here, I'm going to also, back over here, I'm going to put these guys all into reorganization to speed this up. There's no downside if they're not a legion to do this in a situation like that. I'm going to have you come back over here. You're not going to get there in time to do it with reorganization, but we'll at least get back over here to start reorganizing. And then we'll come down to Proton once everything else is sort of taken care of up here. Right now, this navy here, and maybe some of the slightly restored units in this force here probably should, just to be on the safe side. Everyone that's over 50% strength, that is everybody. But you guys come on out. What are we looking at? 2nd of May. Then we'll have this sort of restored combined fleet go over and try to blockade the Epirus Navy, wherever it is. I suspect we don't have much more time before they start sending troops over, though. And then, incidentally, do I want to do any PI expenditures? Not really. Nothing to really change at the minute. One thing I could do, by the way, is switching my diplomatic stance from mercantile to supremacist stance. I'm focusing a lot more on integration. My commerce economy isn't like super strong at the minute. I mean, it is actually getting better, so now it's more than my tax economy. But that being said, I think I'd rather focus on getting my core assimilated, especially in preparation for Carthage. So, just to be on the safe side, we're going to spend some of our PI on this. I think mercantile stance was good for the opening of the game when diplomacy mattered a bit more, but now that we're sort of beyond diplomacy and there's about to be very few people left in the peninsula except for us, the diplomatic benefits of this aren't very amazing. So let's switch over to supremacist stance. A supremacist diplomatic stance means that our people hold themselves above all others, increasing the rate pops will assimilate to a primary culture. 5% pop assimilation speed across the board helps out quite a bit with our assimilation strategy. But the really good part about this is every year there's a 3/4 chance one pop in the capital region, so all of Italia, will just assimilate immediately, which is, if you do the math, a very fast rate of assimilation for Italia, which is where a lot of our foreign slaves will be sent to, so this is pretty good. Switch on over. There we go. Okay, now we wait for you guys, 2nd of May. Watch my manpower go down. There it goes. Alright, merge back together, and let's go see if we can spot that navy that was in Lysos. I want to get it locked in there. Okay. You guys just keep recovering. You guys here, with the support of the Frentonians, should be able to do an assault. I may want to wait for this to finish, though, just in case we get a breach. I suppose there's no huge rush over here. We can wait for this siege tick to finish. Ooh, little naval battle. I'm not in a position to help out here. I'm too far away, so they're just gonna probably lose that. Alright, that's too bad. Alright. Eyes peeled for the Emperor Navy. I saw the blast in Lisa, so I assume they're still there. I just don't want Epirus to have any ability to transport its armies over. Not that I'm like going to be outnumbered by Epirus, even if they transport all their armies. But I'm just not, like, my whole strategy is to basically go completely crazy with assaulting and losing all my manpower temporarily while I'm holding back their armies from engaging me on land with my navies. So that is the play. 14th of May. Okay, I'm not seeing any of their navies. Alright. Go south. They're probably south then, because they don't have any more northern ports. I would see them from this distance, so... Alright, head south. Actually, would I? Is this in Fog of War? I'm gonna test this really quick. Go up here, because I see the sea tile, but I'm not sure if I'm seeing the actual tile itself. Let me just check. This is a couple days. Let me just check that really quick. Supply shortage. Okay, I wasn't seeing the tile, because now I see the mercs, but they're still not here, so that is good to know. The Ariathrid Kingdom wants wood. Sure. Alright, let's go find this Epirus Navy and get it blocked in there. Alright, so at this point, let's just go ahead and do an assault with the combined forces here. This should be enough. We gotta get this wrapped up. Oh yeah, we're going pretty quick. They're heading back, alright. Sacking of Alea. Gaius Valerius Babulcus has led his men to glorious victory during the siege of Alea. The enemy flee in disgrace, and all that is left is to decide on how to treat the residents within. Needless to say, these spoils of war likely to cause those back in Roma to admire Gaius greatly. But leaving such wealth in the hands of one man could cause problems in the future. I'm assuming, oh my god. 4 pops enslaved. Yeah, none shall hide. These guys are Italiotians, which means they are not Italic. Alright, also let's go ahead, before we get distracted by other stuff, get that last port going up in Passé. Alright, good. Switch back to sheep. Oh, hold on. I am not doing this correctly. Let me actually trade for stone this time. Glad I caught that before that went into effect permanently. Alright, trade for build the port, I mean, now that we've got stone. Then we switch back to sheep. There we go. Alright. Good. You guys head over to Heraclea to recover with them, and then we're going to move as a giant force down to Croton and then down to Hipponion. Probably going to do an assault, and then we're just going to come down with our morale recovering and then do another assault. And we'll keep looking around for this navy. Alright, where the hell is this navy? I guess it might be at their capital. Let's head down in this direction. From this tile, we should be able to see. So, 31st of May. Oh, hold on, I spotted them. I spotted 9 ships over here. Alright, redirection. I want to catch those 9 ships. That's the 9 ships that weren't in the fight earlier, so I don't know what they were doing up here, but we're going to try and cut them off now that we spotted them. Alright. Actually, you just come here and recover there, I think. Alright. Just, keep that at another 1,000 are on their way. Right, come on down. Where's this navy? I cannot find it. Alright. Continue along. Okay, they clearly didn't go through here, because I'm not seeing them at all. Alright. Head on back. Maybe that was a distraction. Maybe I'm about to be navally invaded. That would be quite clever of the AI if they did that. I'm not gonna lie. Alright. Resume your search for the Epirot Navy to blockade them. Anyways, if that navy catches me in the water, they're not going to do anything, even with the support of the other navy. We're going too weak. We're going to be okay. Let's give these guys 1 month each to recover, and then we get moving on the next monthly tick. Can't wait too much longer. Academy in Roma is done. Nice. And I think, how many more academies can we build? We can build 2 more academies, and we have slots for 2 more academies. Let me go ahead and trade for stone to get 1 under construction, then we'll get another one going a bit later on. Alright, stone. I'm becoming a trade for stone or vegetables, and then trade back micro expert. World's most employable skills right here. Put it directly on my resume. Alright, 26th of June. Alright. Interesting, okay. And this is 1 CTEL, so they're not here. Where is their main navy? We got 9 more ships somewhere. Okay. Mysterious Epirote strategies. Indecipherable. Okay. That is probably... We've got our morale back up. That's probably enough manpower recovery to make this happen. Everyone get reorganized. And deselect you. You guys merge back together. Basically head straight for Tarentum. You guys come help out too. You are good. Go ahead and also head for... Or not Tarentum, sorry, Croton. The Tarentine army is here. That's why I said Tarentum. Head for Croton. Yep. Ooh, I wish I could catch those guys, but nope. Too far away. They're building a ship here, so that is something. So where... Oh, hold on. They're over here. Okay. All the remaining navies are hiding over here together. Okay. I mean, there are some hiding here, too. Let's just head over here and blockade them here. This is the last place we're going to be taking on the mainland, so they're going to come out once we assault this fort, and then we'll kill them in the water, so that's going to be a glorious little battle. Alright, head on over. Okay. Now, I'm beginning to get a bit worried about the war score situation. Even without the defensive league in this fight that Epirus had before, I'm worried I won't be able to get the deal I want without actually invading Greece and getting war score from mainland Epirus. I'm concerned that is going to be unavoidable. I guess we'll see. Also, I could have technically waited here to do the assault with the support of the fleet, but did not work out like that. What I can do is I can send 1 ship with the highest health over just to blockade by itself. This may be a little risky because these guys may come out, but they might be too scared to do that sort of attack, although the ship would then get killed when the thing was done, so never mind. We'll just do it with no ship support. Should be fine. I just want to keep these guys in place, so we sort of know Epirus can't bring people over too easily. Battle of Croton, this should be completely fine. Oh, speaking of Epirus, here's their other navy. I don't know where they were hiding this navy. I looked in every port they had. Didn't I? Did I miss something? Do they have military access with somebody? Oh, hold on. They've got military access from everybody. Oh yeah, they probably had their... weren't they just fighting? Okay, I don't know. I don't know how or why they have military access with some of these guys, but there's like a bunch more ports up here. I didn't even think to check there. They could have been hiding the fleet anywhere. Alright, that's fine. These guys aren't going to be able to do anything. Well, maybe they actually might. 21 ships of mixed heaviness. Let's see, 30 ships. 28 ships, mostly light. Okay. If this navy comes out and this navy joins in for the naval attack, we may actually have trouble. And then what's our best admirals? We got 10, it's 4, 9, okay. This could be a predicament. Here's the new plan. You guys come back over and intercept this navy as it's coming over. These guys probably have line of sight through their feudatories, so they're going to know what they're doing, what I'm doing, but as long as I don't have a battle with this fleet and this fleet joining against me at the same time, we should make this happen just fine. Oh. I guess they're coming there. Okay, that's fine. Let's catch them out there. Alright, killed a bunch of them. Oh, they're not. They're just going around. Alright, that's fine. Oh, they're going into Croton. Works for me. I'll just hold these guys in here. That's fine. Stack up to one thing. Who did we just capture? Did we just have a naval battle? We definitely didn't. Okay, first Taxus, was this their legate? I guess they may have had a legion, I wasn't even paying attention there. I think we captured some sort of legionary officer, also a stack wipe. That's pretty nice that just happened. But these guys are like, yeah, the AI is like being confused about what they want to do. They're coming in and out of Proton. That's not going to help them. Alright, let's give ourselves one tick of recovery and then we'll go for it. These city-states have all like super fortified their tiles, but it's not going to save them. It is not going to save them. Alright, see who we can catch. Possibly nobody, but we shall see. Okay, definitely nobody. Well, at least we'll catch the 9 Imperator ships when they come out after Proton gets assaulted. This will be feasible. So we know for sure Epirus doesn't have any ships over here transporting troops, so we've successfully kept Epirus's main armies out of this war so far. Okay. Maybe I just go for it now. Let me go for it once this force arrives to help blockade. Alright, here we go. Alright, let's just go for it. We've got a lot of assault power with these numbers, so we can just sort of power through this. Not going to be great for morale, but we are going to kick these guys out. I just want to keep my fleet moving around. Sacking of Croton. Gaius Valerius Babulcus has led his men to glorious victory during the siege of Croton. The enemy flee in disgrace, and all that is left is decide on how to treat the residents within. Needless to say, these spoils of war are likely to cause those back in Roma to admire Gaius greatly, but leaving such wealth in the hands of one man could cause problems in the future. Presumably, none shall hide. Oh yes. None shall hide. Okay. This fleet will come out, and should get killed, which will make my life much easier. You guys, come over to here. No, actually, yeah, you guys too. Everyone come over to here. Am I not unified? Hold on. Oh yeah, that's right. Of course. Everyone come here. This should count as friendly territory, so we hopefully get a bit of recovery up here in this defensive spot in the hills. Proton, these guys can't go anywhere except for up to here because there's Carthage over here. Also, look at this crazy storm right here. Holy crap. Are these guys giving access to... Yeah, I didn't think so. Carthage probably doesn't really like Epirus too much, so this should be fine. Alright, this is going to be a good naval battle. Alright, this should be basically free. Will this be basically free, though? Is the question. Yes, this was basically free. We killed all of their... We killed 11 of their 9 triremes, is that so? Now that is a good naval battle. What? Huh? What? Wow, okay. I don't know. I guess it's counting the ships that we stole from them as additional losses. Did we steal the ships and then they sunk? I don't know exactly what happened there or what... Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I have no idea. This fleet is strong enough to probably survive some stormy conditions. I'm going to get this back under siege, keep this navy in place. Let's see what we can do here. Swing around. No Epirot, naval invasions. They could do something really creative with pirate fleets to bring in a naval invasion that could cause me problems, but don't think that's seeming to be a serious concern at the minute, so we can just proceed here. Alright. Down you come. Oh, hello Proton and Thurian fleets. They're probably going to go hide in the port too. That is the correct call. Is that 10 attrition per month from the storm? Oh god. Alright, we need to get out of the storm real quick here. There's not really a good place to... Actually, I can go into Alea to wait the storm out. Once the storm's done, I'll get there in time so the monthly tick doesn't hit me. Alright, let's go hide in Alea, where I've got it under siege, or I've got it occupied. And we'll come back out once the storm's over, maybe on the monthly tick. Also before the monthly tick. Everybody reorganize as best you can. Okay. The first port in Pasay and Heraclea is done. Very good. I did stop trading for stone, right? I did good. Nice. Alright, at this point, a bunch more of these ships are ready to go. I may as well send out the most repaired ships to go join in with the blockade. Alright, you guys swing around like this. Okay. Let me trade with the Armenians. Sounds fine to me. Let's give it another month so these guys can reach us as well. Okay. I don't want to look at the deal yet until I get this wrapped up because I'm scared of seeing how far away I am with the war score I'm going to need to spend. Or the war score, like, I'll need to meet in order to get the deal I want. So this is probably not going to be a very good situation for a decisive little war here. But we're going to find out in just a minute. March together. Okay, storm's over. Back out we go. We're holding these guys in place. Alright. On monthly tick, we go in for the attack. I don't want them to recover any more either, as well. Okay, we're basically back up at full, on average, more or less. Let's just go in. We've got a lot of strength here with this force. This should be perfectly fine. 11th of November, we arrive, as do these guys, it looks like. Perfect. Alright, and the port is on this side, so that's good. Okay, looking solid. At this point, I may be able to... Actually, this port is... This is about to be able to repair these guys, so we'll just keep these ships here. I could also send the 3... Yeah, you know what? Let me send the 3 newly built hex arrays that were being built during the war to come join this fleet. So this will play a role before the naval battle begins, so that'll strengthen this fleet quite a bit, actually. Alright, this should be a great little battle. Battle of Hipponion. My former ally, this is where it all began, this is where it's all going to end as well. Alright, for some reason, Antigonid's cause wavering matters a lot, so we have to ignore this important battle. Antigonus' death has, combined with recent setbacks, fractured the stability of the Cyclops' kingdom. His heir and co-king Demetrius, unable to hold together the expiring loyalties of his subjects, has abandoned much of the kingdom to the claims of the other Diadochi, while he retreats to lick his wounds among Greek friends. Fortune is a fickle friend, so there goes the Antigonids. Nothing too surprising with that. Incidentally, who is the big winner? And I'll give you a hint, it's probably the Ptolemaics. I'm already seeing Ptolemaic kingdom up here on the European side, so that is a big yikes. Oh my god. This is just disgusting. Why is Egypt so strong? Like, come on. This is just messed up. How and why did the Ptolemaics take over Byzantium? And, like, this stuff here? Like, what? How did the Lysimachs let this happen? Alright, I'm hoping that these guys realize that the Ptolemaics are a big threat to my campaign, and also their campaigns, but mostly my campaign, and they get them under control. Alright. Shudder. Let's hope that maybe after this, you know, shellacking I give to Epirus, they turn their attention eastward and focus on the real enemy of mankind, which is the Egyptians. Alright. Come on. Let's see it. Seleucids want my furs. Alright. Get this fleet organized together again. Very good. Alright. Very solid. I think their army may have just disappeared because they didn't get stack wiped, but they've gone nowhere because they have nowhere else to run to. There's no other locations they're allowed to retreat to. So I think that just became a stack wipe, sort of in a glitchy way. Okay, I'm going to give these guys 1 monthly tick at least, and then we'll go for the assault. With the numbers here, this should be completely fine. Alright. Here we go. Oh yeah, 47 assault power is more than enough. Okay, let's see here. And then this should be a pretty clean naval victory after this. The sacking of Hipponion. Gaius Valerius Babulcus has led his men to glorious victory during the siege of Hipponion. The enemy flee in disgrace, and all that is left is to decide on how to treat the residents within. Needless to say, the spoils of war are likely to cause those back in Roma to admire Gaius greatly, but leaving such wealth in the hands of one man could cause problems in the future. Presumably, none shall hide. Let's just double check. None shall hide. Alright. Shock was had by no one. Alright, come back up to Tempsa to try to recover a little bit in our own territory. Yeah. And then, yeah, allegedly this is going to be a close fight, but this is just not true. Yeah, the stronger morale thing is going to keep screwing this up. They do have a lot more morale, so we do need to be a little bit careful, like especially against naval powers like Carthage. We're going to have trouble even in even fights getting anything good. All right, Rome has another academy finished. I think there's one more academy. Oh, that was actually no, actually, hold on. I was going to go back and build another academy. We actually have another building slot too. We're at full pop capacity at the minute. Okay, well, let's go ahead and just really quick get that last academy under construction. Great for stone. All right. Final academy is there. We only have 3. That's correct. Switch back over to livestock. All right. Okay, let's get this naval battle over with. 13th of December. Here we go. All right. My consul in Mare Tirhinum. The cowardly forces of Epirus will be sent to the bottom of the ocean by Rome. All right. Oh. Hold on. Okay. This very much did not go according to plan. I think it is just the morale. Like I have heavier ships. I guess some of them were damaged. That might be one problem here. All right, fine. You get this one, Epirus. I'll go back to Ostia. I didn't lose any hex arrays, and I barely lost much of anything, so it's not the end of the universe. All right. Whatever. They can't do too much with their navy anyways right now. Okay, so incidentally, sue for peace. White peace is accepted. That's always a good start. I want this, all of this. Okay, we're already seeing a problem here. Oh, this is actually too much war score. I can't even ask for this. I could technically get all the stuff that is north of the Brutium province, so I guess that's a good start. But they won't agree to it without more war score. Okay, new idea. What if instead of taking the land directly, I ask for them to become my feudatory? So for example, 23 for Brutium, or no, sorry. Sea province. Oh my gosh, this UI. Reset that. So this, for example, is 22 war score. If I ask for them to become my subject, this being Sapontum, I guess client state is the only one. It's like half the value. I may have to make some of these guys my client states. That is annoying, but I don't think there's a way around that. Okay, so with that in mind, what I probably want is to make these guys in the south my client states first and foremost. So, let's see. Hypontian, just so I can integrate them later. Hypontian becomes my client state, and Croton becomes my client state. And then, could I squeeze in this other deal? I know they won't agree to it, but can I get it within? No, I can't. Alright, fine. How about I also make Thuroi also become my client state and not my... Oh, that's just a little too high. This is still better, though. Okay, how about if I also make Elia my client state? Oh my god, this deal is just barely acceptable. This is brutal. Wow, I mean, I knew that this would be an expensive deal, but holy moly. Okay, I don't have any idea how we're going to get to this much war score. Do I have to leave these guys for later? I really would prefer not to. And even making them a client state is going to slow everything down so much. Can I force these guys? Okay, here's what I can do. I'm going to force Etruria to cancel their subjecthood. Well, no, then Carthage comes in. God. Alright, let's think about it like this. Which provinces am I okay? Oh man. Alright, let's reset everything. I for sure want to get this directly. I think that is important, just so that Apulia is like fully established. And I would prefer to also get Lucania fully established. So let's also ask for Alea directly. At the So this territory here, I think I have to take directly. So ask for this. But then, aside from that, ask for Tarantine subjecthood. Client state, okay. They do still agree to this. This deal is actually one that they barely would agree to right now. This, I mean, this would be an okay deal. I basically nearly... Oh, hold on, wait. Slightly better option. So this would result in me getting Apulia, Lucania, and Tarentum completely like established with my ownership, and it would leave Bruttium in kind of a weird state. But Bruttium does have 3 full additional tags. I mean, we're integrating Bruttia right now, so we will eventually have parts of this. And then there is also War Score for canceling. The canceling wouldn't have any AE costs, so that's good. Although this is a very expensive deal, all things considered. What I'm worried about is if they cancel their overlordship of Hippontian, Carthage may just come in right away. I don't think Carthage has any truces with these guys. But I get a truce with them when it's released like this. At least I think it does. I'm sure it does. But this might be the best way to then fight these guys later. They're probably going to form a defensive league with each other, but this is also more war score. Ultimately, I actually don't think... I guess the problem is that I can defeat Etruria, or I mean, I can defeat Epirus a second time and get these last 3 tags, but I'm worried that I'm not going to have enough war score from just the peninsula. I will have to actually like land in Greece and fight in Greece to get enough war score for three tags. I mean, we're barely able to get 3 tags with the current war score with all this stuff here, so... I would like these guys to be released, but I don't think I can squeeze this into the deal, realistically. If I were to ask for, let's see, Croton, Thuria... Yeah, this is already not doable. I guess I can leave these guys as Epirus's feudatories. That would be fine. I just have to fight Epirus again once the truce is up. But if I've got naval supremacy, which I will again by the time that happens, what I can do is, easily take these guys out on my mainland, and then actually navally invade Epirus, maybe sack some of their cities. I mean, Ambarakia looks pretty tempting. It's also not fortified, so that, worth noting. Can I squeeze like one more occupation in maybe? I'm just feeling greedy, I kind of want Bruttium to be held by me specifically. I'm scared of Carthage going for these guys. They could go for Croton, but they're too far away to take it direct. No, because they have Lokir, they're not too far away. Shoot. Bruttium 22. I don't think this is feasible. Alright, so I think this is the deal we go for, unfortunately. We'll have to come back for this later, which means we have to get a bit more war score. I think what I'm going to do, in order to get the war score, is send over my force once they recover. We're going to just chew through the rest of our manpower here, it is what it is, and go try to sack Ambarakia. Losing that naval battle does cause us some problems, though, because now we have to wait for our navy to recover its morale and also its strength, so not ideal. But for now, let's just hold the fort down here. In fact, actually, let me come back to Blanda to try to get back to my land so we can reorganize a bit more easily. Actually, let me come to Heraclea and just sort of set up over there. Alright. This is the move. We may also get enough war score just from the passage of time. It could be the case. Maybe. It's a close call. We'll see. Yeah, losing that naval battle kind of damaged our war score situation quite a bit, so we need to get that attended to. These guys are probably going to go blockade. But they're just leaving. Okay, that's fine. You guys just recover in the port for a few months. Reorganize. Everyone just come here and reorganize. Good. Nope, not yet. Keep waiting. They're almost on board with this deal. Maybe I can squeeze something a little better if I get a lot of war score over here. I mean, there's 2 unfortified capitals right next to each other, so that's already... Also, we can sack Kokira on the way in. Do they have any fortified capitals? What are they doing? All right. Standard Imperator L. Fortify your capitals. Oh, okay, I mean, don't look at that. All right. Wait, through February. Oh my god, this has been the slowest 1 year. I guess it's over 1 year now, but you know what I mean. This has been a very technical war. Our Quintus Fabius Rullianus has friends far outside our borders, often trying to use his network to the advantage of our nation. He believes his friendship with the bodyguard of Lingonia could be put into use to increase their opinion of us. All we would have to do is send some of our wealth his way, and we will try to improve our reputation in Lingonia. No. That is, not in fact worth doing. It must be stated. Oh yeah, also, speaking of Lingonia, the Lingonian horde is up and about. Very interesting. Possibly a coincidence. Possibly not a coincidence, though. Alright, keep at it. How much more manpower do we need? 2k manpower, holy moly. Well, good thing we're Rome. Alright, these guys... Honestly, I think they're going to actually just agree to this deal before I even have time to do my attack. Which means I might be able to get a throwaway feudatory, although I don't really know if I want them to even be a feudatory. That's something I would need to think about more. Alright, these level 3 ports are done. Alright, let me just save my money for now and my PI. We're going to do some post-war stuff, to be sure. Yeah, the Punic... Before last episode when I said that we might do the Punic War in this consulship, I don't know what the hell I was talking about. We can't even finish the war with Epirus completely in one war. So let's rein in our expectations a bit, maybe. Alright, at this point, I think we can probably make the move over here. See what we can do here. Oh, it is a rebellion. That's what's happening down here. I was about to say, I clicked this and I saw this list, but then I saw the Carthaginian thing at the top, so... Alright, Carthage is attacking Rhegium, who's rebelled. Man, there's a lot I could have done here to kind of, like, take advantage of this, but I am not in a position to do anything right now, and that is just how it is. It is what it is. Incidentally, no, not you. Yeah. Let's just wait. I'm not in a position to fight Carthage. I need to wait until I really, like, have naval supremacy. 27 ships. What are you doing? Is Carthage just like finding every storm on the map and just posting up to see what happens? Okay, I guess I do have naval supremacy. Do I do something with this? I mean, we're not really in a good position to actually win the land war, but... Probably can't pull that off with these guys. I could bring in these guys to be a distraction. But I kind of don't need a distraction if I can just stop Carthage from transporting their army. I just don't know where their fleet is. I mean, I assume their fleet's in Kart-Hadast, but I guess I don't know. I want to have it coincide, although I don't remember if doing this gives me a truce. It might. If I could... I think I have enough time within the consulship of my current guy. Gaius Valerius Babulcus. I still am not sure if I want Sophis to take over afterwards. I'm kind of worried about the growth of the Popularis. I know, Roman moment right there. I think I'm actually going to go ahead and smear Sophis. Popularis won't like this too much, but that's fine. We have a lot of support, so we can sort of screw around here. Alright, that's fine. Let's do it again. I would just want to tank his popularity. And then... Now it's under 25, so I don't even know if this would be worthwhile, but I'm just gonna not chance it. So now on the monthly tick, let's see if it's reconsidered. I think this should have a noticeable impact on his election chances, so if I can like avoid further popularis, you know, strengthening. Still? Okay. That's not ideal. Why does he have so much support? Statesmanship and family prestige. He does have bad health, though. No, he doesn't. He has pox, but he doesn't actually have bad health. I could try to get rid of him. He doesn't have a lot of power base. I could rival him and then try to assassinate him. But assassination... Let me actually go to my main character's show. Assassination does require a scheme, which could fail. I mean, he's not like a terrible character. He did fine in our first, you know, consulship, but I just don't know. I kind of want someone with better martial, because I'm seeing an opportunity to strike Carthage here, and I feel like I need an assurance that I have someone a bit better. Let me give it a few more monthly ticks. It may just take some time to update. Let's not get too hasty here. Alright. Spin around. They nearly go for this deal. And I think what I saw before is that if I ask directly for Brutium, that's 23. What's that? 96? I don't know if I'm going to get to 96. But I could, even if I'm not really sure if I can get enough war score, I could at least go and do a massive sack of their capital, which would be very good to squeeze in here. So I think it's worth doing that just to make some serious money and screw Epirus up economically. Alright, I'm going to go for it. I've got the naval supremacy here. Armies basically nearly fully restored, so we should be able to do a very efficient little war here, or very efficient little invasion here. Let's wait for the monthly tick, and then we'll depart. So end of April. We will head out. Alright. Manpower is basically tapped out. Maybe... Let's see. I mean, okay. Here's another way to look at it. I've just smeared this guy a lot, and now we're going to have problems with him being the consul because of his low popularity. Because now I'm thinking maybe his, like, pretty good finesse would mean that we'd have a finesse consulship, which... I prefer Bonnie leadership for finesse consulship. Can I, like, improve the chances of a Bonnie successor, perhaps? You know what the problem is the level of control the Populares have. That is definitely a pretty serious contributing factor here. I think I need to start swaying. So, I mean, what isn't helping is that both of my current consuls are Populares. That's contributing a lot to the control. I think I need to start firing some Populares, like, officers to get this under control, ironically. Alright, the Pontifex Maximus, which is him, this would help. I mean, Divine Sacrifice cost reduction is so nice. Right, let me do this. Let me be a little cheesy here. Let me. Oh, I can't afford it because I did it too recently. Shoot. 1st of May, 471. Yeah, we're not going to wait that long. All right, I'm going to replace this guy with someone a little bit worse. Someone ideally. Let me try to big up the Bonnie. Let me bring in Fabia Tertia. Let's try to get some more Bonnie characters in place here. We're going to play some politics here. I know we're in the middle of this war, but that's going to have to wait. This is for the good of the realm. Also, she's a better character overall, so should be noted. Okay. He's still a party leader, but this will adjust. And then that researcher, let's see if we can also adjust that. We actually have a number of researchers that are Populares. This guy's so good, though. Okay, anybody other than this guy? Oh, hold on, here's a Bonnie character. No trait, though. Oh, here's a Bonnie character with a trait. And with better... Why did I have this guy here? Was this from an event? Okay, whatever. Let's replace him. Okay. It's going to take a tick to adjust, but that should help. Oh, also, I should have gone on the boats. Oops. Right. Everyone on the boats. My feudatories won't join me, but that's fine. Okay, so the And I guess at this stage, these guys have been recovering for a couple months now. It's probably fine to just merge both of my navies together. Yeah, this is probably fine. Alright, I'm not expecting big naval combat. Let's go and raid Epirus to get some more war score. They will agree to this deal now, but now I'm feeling kind of greedy. It's just, it can't be helped. It's just, in every campaign I do, I set all these goals for myself, and then I just... oh man, out we go. Naval invasion of Epirus. We'll stop at Corkyra to sack that on the way in, but I don't think we're going to have too much trouble here either way. 16th of May, we'll land at Corkyra. Let's bring everybody in, may as well. 20th of May. The Epirotes are achieving spaceflight, but because of how violently they're shitting their pants looking at what's about to happen to them. They're going into the stratosphere on the Great Brown Wave of upward momentum, so sorry Epirotes, but you won't agree to my egregious and outrageous demands, so time to be sacked. Rome moment right there. Alright. We'll just, this is not the most, I should have split before we departed on the boats to just send one guy in, but I didn't do that, so we'll just have everybody sack it together. Although, hold on, can we actually withdraw you in time? 2nd of June. Hold on, May. How many days is this? This guy's gonna get the sack. No, hold on, what am I talking about? We have a good, yeah, what am I talking about? I'm thinking about last episode. Our main guy has more marshals, so we're gonna get the sack either way, so never mind. Academy in Roma is done. Very nice. Okay, and then incidentally, still, man, it's like, how do you solve a problem where your current consuls are populares, and so that's increasing their own control so much? I don't know if there's a solution here. Can I push my guy to a different party? Is this feasible? He's a family head, that's also helping a lot too. It's definitely helping a lot. Actually, I wonder if assassinating Quintus isn't such a bad idea. This would actually remove one of the popularis consuls. Am I gonna actually like do the assassination plan? This seems like a terrible idea. There's a lot of tyranny and a lot of AE to do this, though. I mean, Quintus is pretty old, so let's not ignore that. But he's in perfect health. He's not a terrible character either, so... really thinking about it. I am really thinking about it. Yeah, this guy's the party leader, isn't he? Can I see this guy's alignment? I guess he can change alignment while he's the consul. Whatever. Or we'll worry about this later. Sacking of Kyra. Gaius Valerius Babulcus has led his men to glorious victory during the siege of Corcyra. The enemy flee in disgrace, and all that is left is to decide on how to treat the residents within. Needless to say, these spoils were likely to cause us back in Roma to admire Gaius greatly. But leaving such wealth in the hands of women could cause problems in the future. None shall hide. Alright, send some slaves over. Okay, back out we go. Alright, now let's start talking about a renegotiated deal with Epirus now that they're seeing what we're up to. Okay, so I can't get the dream deal of just getting everything directly because it's over 100 war score, but I can get this deal, which is nearly 100 war score. And with this in mind, the two places I don't get are sort of like on the edges of the territory. Once I get Brutia from integration, which will happen probably before this truce ends up being up. So I think this is the deal we go for. The AE is actually pretty low. We got 4 tag deletions, which means either we go crazy and we get a lot of money, or we reduce our AE, by those 4 instances. So it's going to be fine. I think this is what we go for. So we're actually nearly there. Let's go and sack Ambracia and get that as well. 6th of June. Alright, now we can just go straight over because we're actually in the same sea tile. Alright, pretty easy stuff. And we may also steal some treasures from Imperial, who didn't really make an appearance in this war. Interesting how that worked out, but it's not going to matter. We'll just come back for Epirus later once the truce is up. We have a lot of recovery to do after this war, that is saying the least. And then I think at this point the Navy can start heading home. Let's return to Earth. Actually, you know, let me just wait here. Let's not be too hasty. Who knows what could happen? Any number of things. I didn't catch, I could have sacked these two. Or wait, hold on. I could still sack them. Alright. Let's be absolutely greedy here. Maximum greed. Alright, we're doing this. Sending the cav. Head for the mountains. And then you head for these hills. And the rest of you come down here, grab a Stratos, and then come over and get this. Alright. This is the new plan. Eyes peeled for Epirate soldiers, though. Now we're kind of venturing into the unknown. They could have soldiers out here, in which case we may have to call things off kind of abruptly. Oh! Abrupt calling off of things may be needing to occur here. Damn. Okay, I wish I could have seen this with my fleet, because we are technically touching all the sea tiles here. So I don't think this is very fair. I should have line of sight over these land tiles, unless they were coming from Passeron. That might be what they did. I can't remember the orientation they came out with. Well, these cav are dead. That sucks. Alright, you try your best to just turn around and actually come join. We have a larger army, so it's not a huge problem, but we are going to lose one cav. That's a bit of war score, but we're about to get 100 war score anyways, so it is fine. These guys are not in pirate form, so I think we're fine. No, never mind, we're not fine. They are in pirate form. I was just completely wrong about that, but that's fine. We're going to beat the pirates. Probably capture some ships. Alright, the sacking of Stratos. Gaius Valerius Babulcus has led his men to glorious victory during the siege of Stratos. The enemy flee in disgrace, and all that is left is to decide on how to treat the residents within. Needless to say, the spoils of war likely to cause us back in Roma to admire Gaius greatly, but leaving such wealth in the hands of one man can cause problems in the future. None shall hide. Need I say it? Need I say it? Alright, everyone merge back together. Let's just go get Ambarakia, and yeah, let's just go get that. Alright. Show me this naval battle, please. Here it is. Alright, we didn't capture any ships, or lose any ships. They didn't lose any ships either. I think they just fled from the battle. Alright, I think that's how you want to roll. That is your decision to do. Also, I am not smart. Oh, hold on. Wait for these guys to arrive. Deified a living god and spirit of the nation, and Neristus Audaxis surely breathes, bleeds, and dies just like any mortal. This is a scheme to promulgate influence of Pictonia. Bereft of dignity, followers of the old god Demona may strike back. Alright, so we got some heretical behavior. I'm going to send my remaining cav back down here to grab this provincial capital, and that should be that. Alright. And then this army can go sack these cities pretty comfortably, so we should be fine. Actually, I won't go sack them now, because I just got this, so... Whoops, that's fine. We're gonna get the war score. Sacking of Ambracia. Gaius Valerius Babulcus has led his men to glorious victory during the siege of Ambracia. The enemy flee in disgrace, and all that is left is to decide on how to treat the residents within. Needless to say, these spoils of war are likely to cause us back in the Roma to admire Gaius greatly, but leaving such wealth in the hands of one man could cause problems in the future. None shall hide. 140 gold for that. Pretty good. Alright, we could chase these armies down and go north. Could sack Epidomnon or Epidomnos or anything else. Not too much else up here. I think what we do is just kind of hold the fort down, and then we get reorganized. Once we get all this transferred over, we should probably have enough war score for the deal we want, and then we'll peace out. Alright, you just come back and join your parent force there. Once this transfers, we should have at least 76. We have over 76. So they do agree to this deal. Okay, this is going to have to do. Again, I wish I could go further, but I am hard capped at the war score limit of 100 to proceed, which I think is a little ridiculous. It's just because these are city-states, so they count for much more than what one tile is normally worth. But we are tag deleting 4 Greek city-states, and the follow port of Epirus should not be too difficult strategically to pull off. So, let us go for this deal. Alright, let's wade through the, the nobility messages. The Hellenistic regional power of Epirus accepts our generous peace offer. Sympontine, Apulia to Rome, Elaean, Lucania to Rome, Epiroche, Tarentum to Rome, Tarentine, Tarentum to Rome, and Thurian, Brutium to Rome. Alright. Now, here's the fun question. How much tyranny am I comfortable dealing with right now? Possibly a lot. Possibly a lot. I think I may be comfortable. Here's the thing, right? What can I use the money for? I can use the money for quite a bit of... yeah, I think I need to go back to... What we're going to do is we're going to go back to the naval building cost idea, because we have a lot of PI sitting around that we're not using. And we're going to do another big order of ships. We lost a couple ships in that war, and I want to make sure that I'm really, keeping my naval strength quite high. I think I want to at least get maybe... I think what I might want to do is get perhaps a 4th fleet going. Maybe that's a little overkill. I mean, Carthage has been losing their naval strength as time goes on, so we may not... Even just 1 fleet should counter their current fleet. So I may not need another fleet, but I do want to build more infrastructure. I definitely want to build more infrastructure, but I also want to wait for a bony leader to then line it up. Man. Alright. I am going to show restraint and banish those of class, put the rest of the sword. It'd be so tempting to go crazy with the tyranny and the slavery, but we need to keep it together. We're strong, but we're not invincible, and we can't let things get to our head here. Alright. Lower army maintenance, lower the fleet maintenance, lower the fort maintenance. This should hopefully improve in a bit. All these ships are certainly not helping. Alright, disband all of our triremes that we picked up. These guys aren't part of our plans here. And then disallow ramming tactic, disallow attachment. Everyone come back to Ostia for now, and then we'll sort of reorganize and take stock of our current supply of ships. Right, okay. As for this new territory, we've now got Sapontum, which is not better than Canusium as a city location, and I think will be fully demolished. Another reason to not do the slave stuff, because I don't want to use up all my tyranny room. Yeah, plains on the coast, no river, and Canusium is just flatly better, as is Cannae, incidentally, so let's go ahead and destroy these buildings. Lots of money from this. Alright, that's all of it. This place can just get revoked. Alright, goodbye. And then it's now a wine... Actually, we'll see what it is once it finishes, once it updates. Okay, over here, this fort that I got from my feudatory integration can also go. I don't need this fort anymore. The Pompey port, honestly, can go as well. Not a terrible spot for a city in the future, but for now, I don't really want to support plain cities unless I absolutely have to. Great. Now that I got this, it's been renamed to Wellia as opposed to Elia. It's got a shipyard, and that's interesting to be sure. Is it a pirate haven? It is a pirate haven. Not a terrible spot for a tax city, given that it's a pirate haven, but Heraclea is already a better spot and already has infrastructure and whatnot. I'm also not even sure that I want to keep Salernum, given that I've invested so much in Heraclea. I think there is an argument for keeping Salernum, or I sort of revoke Salernum, let it go back to being just a territory. I know that I made it a city myself, but that being said, it does have Roman Colonia. So keeping it as a city might be sensible. Keeping Weight as a city is not sensible. I'm going to destroy this whole place. We're about to make so much money. In fact, we are making so much money from demolishing this stuff. Alright, get revoked. There's an argument for revoking Salernum, even though it has this modifier. I just couldn't put it in Heraclea at the time, so it wasn't by choice. And then I build a fort in Wolketium, which covers this entire area and can actually replace the fort in Blanda, and also has coverage with the fort in Neapolis, which is obviously staying. That's not a bad idea, and this is a much more efficient fort. Because then instead of a city that isn't amazing, it's not on a river, it's just plains on the water. Alright, I've talked myself into it, we're doing it. Sorry, Salernum. I know that I made you a city, but it was not meant to be. Alright, the fort in Blanda, which I know I built earlier, I'm going to actually destroy and move to Wolketium. Also because we're about to get this territory down here from integration, which we will be reorganizing, so let's destroy this fort. The capital here can now be safely moved, by the way, to Heraclea, so we will do just that. This is the correct spot for a capital. And the fort in Wolketium, which will just be a fort, no city here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Very good coverage. This isn't on the coast, but it protects the coast, so this is close enough. I guess I could build it in Paestum. Same distance from Neapolis, but it's too far from Heraclea. So I think putting it in here is a better central spot, so I think that's the plan. Let me preemptively trade for stone before I start building, because I do want to start building. Alright. Yeah, waiting for the right faction to come into place here. The Boni, it's not happening. We'll just have to wait. Alright, so let's build the fort with the stone surplus. Very good. Okay, and then over here, this all looks fine. We have this new territory here, Thury, which isn't really a good spot for a city, so we're going to demolish this. A lot of money in these cities that we can reclaim here, so that's quite nice. So we got to sack it, and we're getting to sort of sack it a second time by demolishing it. Expensive on the tyranny, but that's fine. Incidentally, down here, argument for Petelia, whatever it's going to be called once we own it, because it's farmland on the water. Actually, Croton is also a good spot. Region is a strong strategic place, given that it's on the crossing, so worth considering. Aside from that, you have all these options. Croton may be the best one just because it controls this sea tile. I think that's worth considering pretty strongly. Anyways, we'll come back to that later. For now, this is fine. Alright, and then over here, we have this new territory. So capital is moved to Tarentum. Tarentum is a really good location. No river. It's a bit close to Heraclea, but there's not too much to be done about that. But I do think setting up a city at Callipolis or Hydruntum is a slightly better option, just to get more sort of naval range out this direction. But actually, first let me do destroy Apulians and see if it lets me set up a colony somewhere specific. So let's not forget about the missions here. Okay, with our expansion into Apulia, the local tribes have become restless and worried, but securing the important crossing points to Greece is necessary to deter a repeat of Epirate ambitions. Well, a bit late for that. Alright, the conquest of Apulia, and we were just waiting on this to get Sapontum, so that's why we didn't have this before. The Messapii and the Apulii and their endless squabbling and plotting with the Greek cities are finally at an end. The way to Greece herself is clear, if we can only find the strength to cross the sea. With newly conquered territory comes the inevitable parceling of land and distribution of promises, but it is up to us to decide which township will become the Roman hub of the area. Okay, so I'm already seeing Hydruntum being targeted, and we know for sure that the port is over here because there's the birds that circle over the port. So we know the port is in this tile, which would line up great with a Croton or a Petelia sort of city over here with control of this tile. Let's see here. Options are Hydruntum, which is over here, Lupii, which is here, probably not that one, Tarentum, which we know where that one is, and then Brundisium, which is here. No, that was not a very good tile. Which ones get city? So, okay, so the ones that are currently not cities become a city for free after a period of time. but they miss out on the 4 Roman freemen, which the one that's already a city gets as a replacement bonus. There is an argument for keeping Tarentum. Tarentum and Heraclea could act as a really strong pair of cities in this sea tile, but I kind of would prefer to have something a bit to be our sort of forward base for Greek invasions, and even if it's not a major port city the way that Heraclea can be, having Hydruntum, I guess it could be a major port city. There's no reason I couldn't make it one. I could still have Heraclea be a major port city. I could have, because what I can start doing is have level 3 ports at really like far out locations, and then have more infrastructure as well, like shipyards, like level 5 ports too, at places like Ostia, and maybe at Heraclea, while places that are a bit more exposed, like Hydruntum, can still be heavier ports with level 3. I think I'm going to go with Hydruntum. I'm assuming the birds don't lie, and that it does actually have a port on this side of the river. I mean, I can't select Calopolis, so I have to just kind of trust it works out. If it ends up being this tile, that's also fine. I prefer it to be this tile, though, so we shall see. Hydruntum, a gateway to Greece. Alright. That did move the capital over. That's fine. Incidentally, so Barium, I'm fine just to leave as a city, because it's in a good sort of location. Farmland on the coast, obviously. This place with the port cannot go. Same with Brundisium. And then Tarentum, I'm fine to leave as a city as well. That's probably going to be okay. 3 cities is a bit much, but for now, so we're trading for stone right now, right? Yeah. For now, let's at least actually, the city's being built, so yeah, that's right. So we can, also it's a pirate haven, so that's pretty good. Let's build a fortress here. Maybe Barium gets demoted, but it is the right distance from Canusium, and in fact, I should probably go ahead and fortify Canusium finally. I think I'm gonna, yeah, because Canusium is the right distance away from Volcetium, which is pretty good, and then this is the right distance from Barium. Things get a bit over fortified in here. Yeah, this, I almost didn't notice this city in the forest. Get the hell out of here. No. I'm not having a forest city under most normal circumstances. Yeah, I think this place can maintain 3 cities eventually. We're going to eventually have like a lot of cities in Italia, and in the Italian peninsula, so there's no need to bulk at this stuff too aggressively. Reduced to just level 1 fort. What do we have here? Libraries. Well, the people here are all going to be wrong culture, so let's keep, actually, religion-wise, everyone is already on board, so if these could be the ones that could meet pop simulation, that'd be better, but we're going to get rid of them for now. Freeman District, I'm going to just destroy anything that I don't immediately need. This, for the pop simulation bonus, we're going to keep. The port we're keeping, and then the fort we're keeping, so that's all perfect. And then, in terms of administration, Brutium, I am not a lot of population yet, but I will go ahead and switch it to assimilation preemptively. Oh my god. We have to switch it again, actually. Come back to that later, though. Alright, this looks fine. And then, actually, we can do another mission, I believe. Never mind. Already bypassed. Oh. Because we... Okay, I guess we don't get to do this one. It's not just not available, it's just completely bypassed. I guess because these guys are feudatory. Alright, that's fine. Italian, Colonia. So we can pick one of 4 specializations for all of the colonial modifier locations, so all these places we've been setting up as colony, or as provincial capitals, and we get 2 free province investments. With our presence established across the Italian peninsula, we must decide what should become the focus of the colonies we have founded in order to ensure the continued dominance of Roma. Alright, Colonia specialization. With the growing importance of the Colonia as bastions of Roman culture and administration, we must decide what sort of cities we want them to be. Is civic organization the most important objective, or securing a steady stream of recruits? Is the key to greatness the integration of the conquered, or encouraging trade and production? Alright, so we can basically pick a permanent modifier for all these things here. I think getting extra pop simulation and primary culture happiness is the best option here. Definitely. Especially because these are going to be permanent capitals in the Italian peninsula, so their purpose will be to Romanize the locals. No doubt about that. And we can now go for one of these 2. I guess I turned off the notifications earlier. We could still do this, but I don't think this is going to do anything anymore, so let's just go ahead and finish the mission. 180 days for either one. So what can we do here? We have to pick one. So Roman hegemony for 300 months, unintegrated culture happiness minus 12%, but the Romans are very happy, 15% increase. Reduces integration speed, which will affect our current integrations, but it's not the end of the world. We lose 10 stability, so that's great. Although this is on completion, so we have to just keep that in mind. And all Romans gain 10 loyalty, that's pretty good. Or, this is like the reverse of all these ones. We lose 30 stability. Okay, no, we're not doing that one. Roman hegemony it is. I'm not losing 30 stability. You're out of your goddamn mind. And this improves the opinion of italic subjects, but we're not really doing a subject game, so at least not really for much longer. Anyways, Roman hegemony. The conquered must accept their conquest, and this time Rome is the conqueror. The dominance of Romans grants them higher status in society over other italic peoples, or so the senators say. Alright. This will be done early February of next year. Very good. Very good. Alright, let's go ahead and proceed. What's my truce like with Epirus, by the way? 474. So that's an 8-year truce. That's pretty long, but I guess it was a big war, so not too surprising. Well, we got plenty of time to get our consulship situation figured out before that war happens, so that is a relief. Also, I didn't stop trading for stone, but I don't think I had a monthly tick, right? I only had 1 monthly tick, so it wasn't a disaster. Back comes the livestock. Very good. Excuse me, sorry. Post-war economy is looking pretty solid. That is fine by me. Oh my gosh. Low food and Brutium. Sure. That's fine. Alright. Now, I'm going to... I may as well keep this guy in office. What am I paying him exactly? Admiral. Not that much. What I will do is I'm going to fire this Popularis governor. He's pretty okay, but I think we can... I was going to change the policies, though. Alright, for the sake of trying to, like, reduce Popularis power, we gotta, like, take some serious steps here, and we have too many Popularis in government. We're doing a Popularis purge, honestly. Alright, Titus Claudius, I guess with no family name, oddly enough. He is a Bonnie character. He would be a pretty good replacement. Very much no martial, but the finesse is amazing. Blood of the Claudii. We've seen this modifier before, so he'll have extra fort defense down here. That's pretty good. Let's bring this guy in. He's crafty, though, so not a big fan of that. Maybe I shouldn't go for someone that's crafty. That could be a problem. This guy here is a bit less exciting, but he also doesn't have that kind of corruption. I mean, crafty does help with his finesse, so... He also has inflammation. Alright, you know what? Gnaeus Gulnius, you are also a Bonnie character. Skeptical, but you're cautious, so it kind of evens out. Sort of the same situation, you're just a little worse than this other guy, both in martial and finesse, but you have pretty solid finesse. Alright. Alright, how bad is this? Oh god, alright. Fine. My god, alright. Let's switch it all over. Brutium I'm going to put onto harsh treatment to start demoting those guys, because it's a bit too high, but the others will go into assimilation. Good thing I had that PI saved up. Alright, so... I don't think we're going to see the effects of this quite yet, but now we really are stripping away the Popularis characters from important positions. Yeah, they're losing... I mean, it doesn't really show it super clearly, but they're losing their control in the background. And come the election, we will definitely notice that. Also, we have a lot of money to make use of. And I should go ahead and start getting my fleet reorganized. So, alright, so we're going to go ahead and rename this to the reserves. And get some fleets set up here. So, we have 15 hexarrays. I don't remember if we lost... No, we lost 4 hexarrays earlier, so we have lost a couple hexarrays. We've got exactly 40 hexarrays finishing, so 40 plus 15 is 55. So we lost 5 hexarrays. We have to add 5 hexarrays now. Although we can actually... Here's something we can do. Let me open up the hexarray construction queue. And what I can do, so I need to build, so 5 plus the number that I'm about to get. So 40 here. Let me cut this down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right, and then I'm gonna go ahead and, for this period, switch over to permanent shipyards. May as well, we have plenty of PI. We'll take a look at the trade stuff, because I probably have trade routes at a couple spots now that I have not been attending to, but I will get to that. And now we got cheaper ships. Oh, I need wood, don't I? Alright, well I guess we'll do the trading now. Trading of wood over cedar, at least just for a second. I'll do it down here as well. These are the wood locally, actually, never mind. Okay, so 25 total, which means that each of these places can build 12. That'll build the 25th one in Ostia. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then this place can add 1 more hex array to its queue. There we go. Now it's going to finish a lot faster because I've redistributed it like that. And on top of that, let me go ahead and do another thing too. Let me trade for stone once again. And we're going to further improve our shipbuilding capacity. So we could get up to level 6 port to further increase ship recruit speed and other modifiers, which probably is worth doing in Ostia. We can't get heavy ships even once we have a level 5 port because we need the right military tech, or military traditions, I should say. That's fine. What we can do, though, to speed things up in Ostia quite a bit, and maybe in the other major ports, so Pisay and Heraclea will, I think, be my major port cities in the peninsula on this side. I do want to have a major port city on the Adriatic side as well. I don't know where that will be. Possibly Firmum, possibly Arminium. Arminium's a pretty good spot for it, actually, because then it's like really protected in the Gulf. I'll have to come back to that later. I sort of don't know. Maybe Histonium's got sort of central. We'll come back to that later. What I do want for Ostia for now is a shipyard, which will take a long time to finish. So, which one's probably better to do in which order? Let me get the shipyard first, and then let me build the 3 ports. And as these finish, whatever ships are left in the queue for Ostia will be sped up quite a bit. And then let me go ahead and build shipyards in the other 2. Do I even have enough? Not quite, actually. Okay. Well, I guess we'll wait 1 month and we'll get the shipyard going down there. I think this is a pretty good long-term investment because I am, you know, even though this is a Rome game, I've got to focus on the naval stuff. We are living on a peninsula with water all around us, and we really can't neglect the seas, even though that's not really our strong suit. What I'm hoping I can do is, once we get a bit more tech, which incidentally we have very, very good, we're actually at our efficiency cap, so we need to increase our output now for it to improve. We should focus on getting additional bonuses for our Navy before, ideally, we get too caught up. So in the short term, you know, Epirus was a naval opponent, not much anymore. Carthage will be sort of a naval opponent. But the real naval superpower of the Earth is Egypt. Egypt, and this is true to real life, in real history, Egypt was probably the most powerful naval nation in the Mediterranean. They weren't using it very aggressively, but they have a female pharaoh? Or I guess it's a Basilius, or a Basila, because they're, you know, led by Greeks right now, but okay, I wasn't expecting that. I guess that is Arsinoe. Yeah, okay. I guess the Macedonians in charge of you know, Egypt are trying to do the pharaoh thing so they can have female. Okay, I was just, never mind. I'm getting distracted by stuff that's not that big of a deal, but the point is, I want to be friendly with Egypt. I'm at this point, like, you know, in the short term, Carthage is a concerning opponent, but the real, like, nemesis of this campaign will be Egypt. Egypt is doing very well, and Egypt tends to really overperform because they can take advantage of the disaster that is the Antigonid starting position, and they've done just that. Also, the Seleucids have lost a lot to them. So we'll see how Egypt looks once this sort of successor war winds down, but I'm suspecting we're going to have a lot of trouble with Egypt in the future. But for now, let's just focus on the Western Mediterranean, where we're based, and see what we can do here with the current situation. All right, also, now that I've got my order in, let me cancel the wood. Actually, is this going to cancel all my ships if I cancel the wood? I don't think it should, right? Let's test this out. Doesn't seem like it did. Okay, so we'll see if that causes any problems, but I think we're fine. I think it's going to be the same. All right, so let's make sure that we're trading everywhere that we're allowed to trade. This is something that may have been happening before, but I did not notice it. All right, so Campania. We're trading in. We were able to trade in stuff here before. We can get more gemstones. Let's do just that for more value. Just trade for value everywhere. That's the best way to do it right now. Trade some incense over here. All right, we can reach a lot of places as a major power. Trade in some. Ooh, I actually want to get the mirror in Roma. Let's prioritize that. What do I cancel? I'm going to cancel the. I'm actually going to cancel the glass. Controversial opinion. Or controversial decision, I should say. The mirror is very, very valuable. Desired noble ratio. I want to lock that down instantly. Okay, so now that Roma has now that Latium has kind of muscled in and called dibs on that, let's keep looking around. Where else? That's everywhere in Magna Graecia. Dodecapolis, what can we get here? Building all these ports is going to also help with our trade routes. Let's see. We can get the glass over here, which is not a terrible idea. And then over here, okay, no, here we go. Trade some gold in, looks good to me. All right, that is everyone that can do trade. So my commerce economy, 13.59, is actually going to be nearly 15, and we're still ramping it up. And this is with all these ships, by the way. Even when they're not being fully paid for, it's still expensive to maintain these. So that is worth noting. Right, incidentally, let me go ahead and get the reserves reorganized. So actually I have more Liburnians than I need. It might not be a bad idea to keep actually keep the reserves as a thing, particularly for extra Liburnians and just any extra ships that can then sort of reinforce, like maybe having another navy worth of ships in reserve just to support the three main navies isn't a terrible idea. I think for now it's probably worthwhile just to keep all the Liburnians that we have. So let me just move. Actually, let me do it like this. Let me move everyone out of reserves and then move these 4 back into the reserves. And now what we can do is select Classis 1 and get it reorganized into its 3 constituent parts, or get it reorganized into 3 parts, I should say. All right. Okay, so this one here is going to be. It just needs, let's see, it needs 5 more hexaries, so we're going to call this, all right, Classis 1, Ostia. You guys are going to be obviously posted here, and then let me find where the Admiral ended up. All right, I'm going to dismiss you, and I'm going to put you in charge. You or somebody else, I guess. I think it'll be you in charge of this fleet here. Don't be too disloyal, please. All right, no fleet maintenance, good. And then Classis 2, it's going to be to say you head on over. I guess I could assign. I could assign some additional optimates or boni to some of these admiral positions just to give them more control after the election. I think this is probably worth doing. I'm going to tactically not hire any more populares for anything. I need to cut these guys off before they get out of control here. All right, Claudia Prima. I think I've had you before as a officer, but you can go ahead and become an admiral as well. Anyone that is, repping the wolf or repping the whatever this is. What is this? I guess that's the what's it called? The fash, repping the fash. All right. Or I guess fascis is what it would be in Latin. Okay, and then got navy selections make my head explode. All right, and then another Claudia Prima. I guess technically this is like saying like first, third, Claudia. It's just the way the Latin language has for female names or whatever. Whatever. Our other Claudia Prima with the 9 Martial and who has a lot of loyalty, although she is selfish, but her family's grateful. Put you there for classes 3, and then classes 3 for now, I'm going to designate to live in Heraclea. I may actually have the reserves live in Heraclea as well. I'm not sure about that yet, though. Let's have them stay in Ostia for now. I think that's probably fine. Okay, that's good. Everyone goes out. And then let's see to which navy here all the hex rays get added to. I'm interested to see that, actually. All right, around you come. All right, Carthage has retaken this. No big surprise there. Nothing out of the ordinary there. All right, so Carthage is has their thing back under control. Not too surprised. Sorry, excuse me. Alright, Carthage does not like me. It could go to war with me at will, but I've got the naval supremacy, even with the navy's not sort of fully finished yet. So, that is fine. Still really surprised this guy has so much Senate support. The problem is all of the populares are voting for him, because he's the party leader. That's the main issue at the minute. And they got all this control because of the double popularis election. So he's getting, like, no matter how unpopular I make him, he has the full support of all of the popularis. And then the Optimatus and the Bani are both voting for their own person. I wonder if there's a way I can manipulate one of the parties or the other to support the other person. Even though I prefer for the Bani to take over, I think, given the control situation, I think my best bet here is to actually like tank Caicus's popularity, sort of like what I did with him, to try to convince the Bani characters to switch their vote over to Barbatas. But I don't know if that's going to even be feasible. Possibly not. I mean, I could go for this. I wish I could just see all the candidates in a more clear way, but that's not in the cards here. Let's see, so let me think about this. So when the election happens, there'll be one Popularis leader and then one Optimatus leader. It's probably worth, like, I think my best strategy is to try to kind of mess with the Bani and like reduce the popularity of the Bani leader, just so that more of their votes will redirect over to the Optimatus leader, maybe? I don't know. It's hard to say. But I think I don't want to get tangled up too much with that right now. I think it's fine for now. Alright. How's my... March of Time. Age finds us all in the end. Even the priests and surgeons shake their heads when confronted with the inevitable decline of the human body. As Gaius Valerius Babulcus is finding out, he may not have much time left. He has cancer. Okay, that is a serious bummer. Yikes, alright. There's a lot wrong with this. He is healthy still. I suspect he'll live through the rest of his term. Like, maybe. I guess we'll see. Okay, so... with him dying of cancer, do I go for this assassination attempt on his rival? I think I gotta do everything that I can to try to weaken... Well, that being said, hold on. Perfect health still. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. We have really good AE reduction right now, and we already have so much tyranny. And even with all this tyranny, we don't have any disloyalty yet, although we do have problems there. Alright, you know what? I'm going to give this a try. Although, before I give it a try, what I should really do is get shady connections. When's my next thing finished? Not for a long time. Not until after the election. I can hope for just luck with this stuff, but I don't think that's super feasible. I just gotta go for it. I've just got to go for it. We're going to try to assassinate this guy. Assassinate rival. That's really painful. Let's see how we can do here. Hopefully we get this done before too long here. I need to lower the control power of the Populares before the election, ideally. 60% chance is not amazing, but we've just got to go for it. Let's see what we can do. The Gauls want my olives. Sure. You are welcome to them. Oh, I have 2 free province investments. I totally forgot about that. Okay, given how much my population is growing here, I may not need to go for business investments that much, but now that I have the great power, or the major power dip range, I can reach so much. I think it is worthwhile to go for this. It would be good for my economy to get more fort infrastructure here, but I think for now, let's go for more business investments. Let's just go for this twice in Latium, I think. I think that is the move. 26k manpower max, that's pretty good. Hold on, the Antigonids survive. They're over here. Didn't it say before that their kingdom was completely destroyed? I guess it was effectively completely destroyed. But they are still here as a tag. And they're still considered a regional power. Oh, I'm more powerful than the Antigonids. That's embarrassing. Alright. Incidentally, Epirus is actually still too large to go back to being a local power, even though we took the stuff from them, meaning that they can't reestablish their defensive league, which is very funny. That is nice that it worked out like that. Also, Frontania... Oh, they just finished it right then. Alright, I was about to comment that they were about to finish integrating, but we got it right there. Integration of Frontania. Our client Frontania has long upheld Roman ideals in a fair and even-handed manner. It is a matter of course, therefore, that their eventual integration into our state is going to be a cause for jubilation. The Frontanian elite have been instrumental in facilitating this union, and many are hoping to find a place within our government. What kind of people are you? You're Sibelian. That means we're not taking you in. Get out of here. Alright. These guys disappear. Okay. We also have a bountiful harvest. Word has arrived that this year's harvest was exceptionally good in the territory of Castrum Trentinum. Whilst the merchants may be holding their heads in their hands, the people rejoice at the plummeting price of bread. Ooh. Additional approval from the Bani and also a bunch of money is kind of tempting, but we have kind of bad stability trend, although we have really high stability, so getting more stability feels like a better call. But I kind of want the money, so we're going to go for this. This is, I think, we have so much stability, we can make this work. Okay, so fortunately, this didn't screw up my, you know, capital location placement. So we got this new territory over here. Let's see what we get. All right, town commons can go. This can stay. All right, Histonium's probably going to be the capital here. Buka is probably getting demolished. Sorry, guys, but it's got to go. All right, now we are definitely 100% for sure calming down on the tyranny gain because this is a little out of proportion. All right, so I think we're going to move the capital to Histonium and get it set up to be a major city over here. It's the right distance from Firmum. It is near Canusium. It's a bit far from Canusium. Actually, I think there's an argument for setting up Corneliani as another kind of internal fort, sort of like what we're doing with Volcetium. Actually, let me come back to the exact tile we'll do it on, but we will have this place become a capital of Aeternum. And, yeah, because this is all part of this province here. And we're going to have it become a city. This is going to cost money in PI, so we'll wait for the PI for this. Alright, but what I will do, though, is I'm going to trade for stone once again. I'm going to build 2 forts. First, I'm going to build that fort in that new capital. Trade for stone. Alright. Oh, hold on, it has the port, so I can't build a... I'm actually going to replace the port with the fort. I think this is important to fortify. And then we'll make it a city and we'll build a port later. And then, as for the internal fort in this area, Corneliani, it's the right distance from Histonium. It covers, let's see, This will be covered, and this will be covered. This would extend this. If I do it, if I put it at Gurmum, farmland fort, this is kind of odd. I could have an olive thing here, though, instead. Could put it at Tianum Apulum, or at Urium as well. That's a bit too far out, though. This doesn't really cover a ton. As it stands, there's an entryway here, and then going here brings them into the coverage of Canusium. Going here brings them into the coverage of Histonium. If we put the fort at Corneliani, the going here brings them into the Corneliani coverage, and Corneliani is the right distance from Neapolis and Capua, which I like a lot as well. And it's in a pretty good, like, central location, like, visually. So it's a bit close to Canusium, but this is, I think, a good spot for it, all things considered. Right. And then, incidentally, I'm going to fortify Barium as well, because I'm going to keep Barium as a city, and it's the right distance from Canusium to be fortified. And yeah, with the fort here as well, everything's covered over here. So we do have a good fort. I mean, the forts over here are quite dense, but they do cover, they overlap, but the coverage is complete because of that, so that works. Yeah, someone comes into Banda, but then they get caught in fort coverage right away, so that is fine. Okay, and I probably should also fortify Capua while I'm talking about fortifying places, to be honest. It's been a vulnerability for a while now. That being said, the fort in Neapolis kind of protects it for now. It would be good to fortify, though. I may as well. May as well. Yeah, I think that's the right call. Okay, and now let's go ahead and stop trading for stone. Trade for livestock once again. Okay. All right. Come on. Let's get this over with. All right, these guys want my olives. Sure, I'll trade with you for now. Haven't forgotten what you did to me before, though. So don't get any funny ideas. All right, so the ships are building to the reserves, which is correct. What we can do is send one over. No, not like that. Oh my god, please, just, I beg of you, please, select my navies correctly. Oh wait, I merged them. What? Never mind, I was being mean for no reason. Alright, fine. Let me move back over some ships to become the reserves again. Alright, so you are going to be reserves. Alright, there we go. My mistake. Okay. Roman hegemony. From now on, the people of this peninsula will bow to Rome, serving in her armies and paying into her treasury. There may be strife in the short term, but the delusion of the conquered will be tempered by realization of the natural order in time. They may prattle on about citizenship. Let them. With our new power on the stage of history, Rome has larger things to worry about. Roma victa. Okay, so every adult Roman character gains 10 loyalty. That's pretty handy. And as noted earlier, we lose 10 stability, which brings us down to 51, which is fine for now. All non-Romans are very mad. All Romans are very happy, and integration speed is diminished a bit. Okay, there we go. Which means we can now finish the mission, Roman Italia. Okay, we have got a lot of new things to attend to here. We have a couple of... So we've got Pearl of Italia, which is a default mission, and then these two are both custom missions. I don't remember if these are both in the base game, or if some of them are from Terra Indomita, if some of them are from Terra Europa, or Europea, I mean. Let's see what the options are. So we're doing Greece. So annex all of Greece. That's a bit out of our... we'll come back to that later. Okay, this one's a bit more in line with what I'm looking for here. The islands that lay off the Italian peninsula are natural targets for expanding Rome's influence, depriving Punic and Greek colonists of the rich soils these rugged lands hold. Conquer, subdue, or colonize the islands of Corsica, Sardinia, and Sicily. This is more like it. Alright. Start mission, the first Provincia. Alright. The case for expansion, another half year to claim everything. I don't have a claim on the Carthaginian portion yet, but I guess I'll get it from this, so that's fine. We're going to be able to do a lot of these missions probably right away. We'll see what we get. We have triumphed over our Italic brethren and put an end to their schemes. Now the Roman people must be convinced that further conquests are needed to bring glory to Rome. Alright, there we go. Get that underway. Okay. How's my rate of assimilation out here? Where's my pop capacity? Assimilation's at an okay. I actually meant to say promotion and demotion, so it's looking fine. Okay. Restoring status quo. The hubbub of whispering senators fades as Lucius Julius Libo, who is a Popularis character, no surprise there, stands and clears his throat theatrically. Friends, Carthaginian merchants have long enjoyed a mastery of Mediterranean trade, even in Rome. Why, when we have the strength to wrest the markets of all Italia from these foreign bean counters? Very stirring stuff. Okay, and Punic influence, so we get extra ship damage done and reduce ship cost for 5 years. So I wish I had this when I started doing all those ship builds, but that's fine. We get a claim on Sardinia and Western Sicily, and we get popularity for this guy. Okay, that's fine. Incidentally, I should switch back over to the military one. Or, I mean, they're obviously the military one, but you know what I'm trying to say. Also, once I get to Martial Advances 4, I can get Conscription, which is much, much, much better than Ordered Retreat. So, how far away am I from that? Not necessarily super far away. I probably should switch back in the meantime, though. If I'm going to go to war at all, probably worth it. Clamoring for glory. Even with our recent successes, it is surprising how quickly the people of Rome have become accustomed to the idea of our indefatigability. Indefatigability? Spurred on by soldiers' trinkets and stories, crowds proclaim the invincibility of our forces, citing them as proof Rome is loved dearly by the gods, and demanding further campaigns and conquests against our neighbors. I'm going to say that it is wealth they want. Extra freedom and happiness for 10 years is very good, and hold triumph cost reduction. I might be able to do something here with that. Perhaps I could. Could I... Who is triumph eligible? Possibly some people. I need to have enough PIs. Let me wait to have enough PI. I'm gonna get to work trying to big up some people. I don't know what else I can do to get rid of this guy. Like, I don't know what my options are here. I just don't know. Man. Alright. Okay, Sabinia's finishing in 71. Brutia finishes 74. Okay. We're nearly there. Let's just save up the money in PI for now. The Greek menace. Quintus Agulnius stridently advocates the conquest of Syracuse. These Greeks are colonists, little better than Punic grocers, who abandon their own lands to rape the soil and cities of our Siculian brothers. It is someone succeeded where the hubristic Athenians failed. No city can long withstand the wrath of Rome. Syracuse would make a lovely prize. Alright, 5 years of siegeability and light cavalry offense, and claims on eastern Sicily. Okay. This is basically, this is just a bunch of speeches giving us claims on stuff. So now we do have claims with, oh, hold on. I guess Syracuse is, in one last fight. Looks like Carthage is the one doing the attack. Well, we have a claim on Carthage now, so that should not be overlooked. But, and they do have a claim on me as well, so that also should not be overlooked, but they're not declaring yet, so we'll see if they decide to do that. We shall see. Alright, pirates are plundering me. Yep. Just wait for 15 PI before I do anything, actually. Commercial ventures. We've encouraged merchants of the province of Latium to invest more of their wealth in trade, reassuring them of the security of their outlays. Also base metals to Etruria. Yep. We gotta wait for that actually to update, so we'll give it a few days. There it is. Trade with Messenia. Yep. Okay. We should get surplus of gold at this point for the national assistant happiness. That is pretty important to maintain. All these happiness resources, I know it's boring, but it really adds up a lot over time. Okay. The Ostian fleet is nearly finished as well. Trade with Thessagetia. Racked with pain in the throes of a dire affliction, Publius Sempronius Sophus has sustained a permanent injury. We should have acted faster. Okay. Sympathies. Oh my god. Senate influence minus 50%. I think the gods have heard my prayers. I mean, I feel really bad for how much I'm trying to undermine my first consul, but he jumped ship from the Optimates, and the Populares are getting a little unnerving in how powerful they are. This should definitely have an effect on his succession support. Maybe not right away, but this should really, make them reconsider. Hopefully. I guess we'll see. We have our first consul that dies during the consulship. Brain damage is nothing to take lightly, to be sure. Give it a month as well, then we'll see what his health is at. Hopefully it's looking good. Oh, this place did stop building the ships. Oh, damn it. Alright. Should have known it'd be too good to be true. Alright, fine. Now we're really behind on that. Alright, whatever. Let's just get the ships going. We still have the shipbuilding modifier, so may as well use it while we can. Alright, what did I need to build over here? I guess 20 hex rays. Did I get the money back, by the way, or did it just go away? I will have to check the footage to find out about that. Alright. Actually, hold on. I don't need 20 hex rays. I gotta do the math now. Heraclea is 9, so that's, what, 11? I think it was 12 hex rays, if I remember correctly. That sounds right. 12 hex rays in Pise. Okay, that's fine. Should also fortify Illyria, in all honesty. Yeah, I probably should. Let me actually do that as well. And, yeah, let me do that before anything else in this mission tree proceeds. Yeah. Alright, let me just trade for stone for a quick sec. Okay. Then switch back over. Alright, now let's look at this event. The drums of war. The mood in Rome is once again one of hopeful trepidation, of the calm before the storm, of the wistful yearning of fresh-faced soldiers for the spoils and adventures of war. Rome stands on the threshold of everlasting glory. The fates and future of all the peoples of the world perhaps lie in our hands. Much will be decided in the coming days. Roma invicta. So we've gone from Roma victa to Roma invicta. It's a bit more like it. Alright. So, I'm assuming, yeah, that's the case for expansion done. We can now declare conquest of Corsica complete. 5 popularity for Babulcus, which is fine. We can found a colonia. Presumably, we'll just have the option of putting it into Apulia, or I mean, in Illyria. That would be the best spot for it. Corsica is not rich nor populous, but must be taken to control the Western Mediterranean and keep its harbors out of the hands of Greek and Punic colonizers. Conquest of Corsica. Corsica is the smallest and most rugged of the westerly islands, but its success as a Phoenician trading post and Etruscan port are a testament to the value of its harbors. With newly conquered territory comes the inevitable parceling of land and distribution of promises, but it is up to us to decide which townships will become the Roman hub of the area. So, I think the old Greek city port of Illyria will do nicely. 9 pops here becoming Roman right away is amazing. Oh yes, this is going to be really good. Yep. Oh yeah. Who did we get? Just a bunch of freemen, I think. Yeah. Anyways, impatience is a virtue. Publius Sempronius Sophus has become increasingly restless of late. He believes his stature is deserving of a key role in our government. He has approached our Senate, insisting that we bestow such a role upon him. Indeed, given his prominence, perhaps we should consider this carefully. I think he has other things to worry about right now. Oh my god, alright. We'll have to wait a little bit longer. Alright, how's my assassination plot going, by the way? It's progressing. Let's see if we can pull this off. I don't even know if this is a good idea. I genuinely don't know if this is a smart call. I maybe should be trying to assassinate Sophus and not this guy. I mean, I guess we'll see. All I'm hoping is that it seems like all the control changes I'm doing don't take effect until the election. I really hope the Populares have kind of a collapse after all the stuff I've done to kind of screw them up. I guess I can purge more Populares from the government. We have a couple still that I could get out of here. I think that might be the way to go, honestly. Let me bring in... Let me bring Decius Sergius back, because he's a Populare. Let me bring Claudia Secunda into this position. And then what about my researchers? Got this guy here, which I would really like to replace. He doesn't have a trait, actually. I thought he had one before. Okay, maybe I misremembered. Cornelia Prima, with your 11 charisma. Welcome to the team. And we've got Scorn, who's mad. The Illyrii are mad. No wonder, because they're overwhelmingly... oh, hold on, we can put Gnaeus Valeris into something. He's really bad, but he's not a Populare, so we are... we're destroying the country to keep the Populares out of it. Like, this is some maximal, like, Roman spiteful behavior. Yeah, we're gonna really diminish their control once this is all said and done. Alright, let's just find... what did this guy have? So anyone coming of age soon... Illyria Prima may end up not becoming a Populare, but I guess we'll see. Can I, like, ask some of these people to not be Populares? I don't know. Anyways, Gnaeus Valeris, 7 finesse is going to have to do it for us. Does he have a research trait by chance? That'd be really great if he did. Gnaeus Valeris, where are you? Or no, that wrong trait. Nice, well, here he is. He does have a research trait. Okay, I'm going to put this guy here. He's not going to be as good, but he does have a trait. He's not going to do a ton of damage here. Okay. I'm everything I can do to damage the Populares. This is just... this is grim. Now I understand how Brutus felt. Like, we're going full Brutus right here. Just going for it. And we're doing an assassination too, so we really are going full Brutus. 8-2, indeed. Guess your economy is doing well. Shipyard in Pise and Ostia is done, and then the one that we started a bit later. Oh, we never started it. Alright. Damn it, okay, well, I just completely forgot to start the shipyard. I thought I started that one later, but I never got around to it. Oh well. Whoops. I will, I'll start the shipyard down here, once I have enough money. That is a mistake. That's fine. Didn't end up being that big of a deal, or probably won't end up being that big of a deal. Alright. These guys want my military access. No. It's not happening. And then I didn't start this either, so let me do that as well. Whoops. I'm just distracted. I'm distracted by thinking about the Populares. It's taking up space in my brain. They're living rent free, which is a xenophobia. Heated debates in the Senate are not uncommon, especially where so many prominent members of society are involved. Lately, a wave of xenophobia has swept across Rome, resulting in foreign values being regarded with great distrust. All in attendance at today's debate agreed, however, that Publius Cornelius Barbatus crossed the line today when he accused Consul Gaius of indulging in barbaric Gogur-Yayo practices. Now, that is quite the accusation. This isn't just out of pocket. This is like across the galaxy from the pocket. Okay, I have a lot of questions about this about this statement this guy just made. First of all, how does he know about the Koreans? Second of all, how does he know about the Koreans? This is the world's most well-informed guy about Asia. This other side of the planet, this guy knows about these guys. All right. Yeah, turn the other cheek. I'm not rivaling this guy. Yeah, turn the other cheek. Incidentally, what are the Gogur-Yayos up to? Basically just in the same position. Nothing really has happened up here too much. Alright. Back to it. Yeah, we're gonna have Sophis become, well, maybe we will have this. I feel like his health shouldn't be so good given his situation, but I think he's gonna win the election at this rate. I mean, as the health gets worse, the support will lower too. Not faction member. The main problem, all the Populares support him. Okay, we've got the PI. Let me look and see. Can we do triumphs? Now that the PI is here, has to be a legate or governor. We can hold a triumph for this other governor who hasn't done anything that notable, but we could do it. Can we? Oh, he has to have won a battle. Okay, never mind. We could give him some more popularity. Maybe that would help a little bit. I don't play Republics enough to really know concretely what the math is to affect this. Family prestige. That might be something we could do here. I mean, let me look here. What family we're talking about? He doesn't have a family. What do you mean family prestige? Wait a minute. I could reduce his power base by paying off his veterans. I don't think that's going to do a lot, though. Statesmanship, that's a big factor to it. That is a big factor. This guy's a lot of statesmanship. It's reducing since he's unemployed, so that's going to help out. He's doing a lot to improve his own popularity. I don't know if what I can do here. I don't know what I can do here. Increase the approval, but not... I wish I had a more direct way to affect control. Higher the Senate influence. Let's think. So it's based on the character's Senate influence, not just the whole party. The higher the Senate influence a character has compared to the other characters. Or wait, I think control is from... Yeah, it is actually from all the different members. So one of the problems is that a lot of my characters are Populares characters. Like, I think it's more than average. If I can do something to the Wallerii family to, like, damage their prestige, that would actually help a lot. But I'm playing as a Wallerii character, so that obviously presents some problems. I could just go on a smear campaign against a bunch of people. This would diminish things a little bit, but I don't know how valuable that would be, ultimately. I just don't think there's an option for me here. I don't think I can do anything in this situation. I just have to wait for the election, And what I have to hope is that in the election, the Populares lose a ton of control. They're going to have some control because they're going to have a consul. But the other guy's going to be an Optimates. I just have to hope the election sorts it out. I don't think I can manipulate it at the minute. I just don't have enough information to do the manipulation correctly. I just can't see who the other, like... I mean, I guess I sort of know that these guys here are likely alternatives. I just don't know if I lower the popularity of one, if the faction will support the other. I don't know if that's... And even if that were to happen, would it be enough? 43... I don't think it would be enough. I'd have to have complete support from each faction to the other. It's just not happening. I mean, having a Popularis consulship isn't the end of the universe, so it might be fine. The problem is now, this guy is very, like, hurt by his illnesses, so he's now, at this point, like a genuinely bad character to be consul. I think we just have to survive one consulship, or I guess the second consulship of Sophis, and just kind of withstand that. I don't think we can do anything. I've been trying, as you've seen, but I can't make this happen. It's not going to happen, unfortunately. We just have to wait, which is frustrating, but I don't think that we can pull that off. Unfulfilled promises. Publius Sempronius Sophis has registered his official displeasure at our continuing refusal to grant him a position befitting his stature. To make things worse, he has the support of a number of prominent members of our Senate. Perhaps we should have acted sooner. Alright, you know what? I'm going to let this guy become disloyal. Yeah, screw you. Well, he's actually not quite disloyal yet, but I'm going to take more serious actions here. If he becomes fully disloyal, he doesn't really have any power base, so we don't really actually have a civil war problem. What can I do? I need to get him into prison somehow. But... So I could do a trial. Can I? Apparently I can't for him for some reason. I need someone in his party to replace him as the party leader. He's just... Yeah, it's just not happening. Oh, here it is, in prison. Not the primary error. I can't do it anyways. That's right. That's right. Gah. Incidentally. No, not the co-ruler. Okay. Prescription as an option, though, should be noted. Yeah, I just can't. I can't figure out how to min-max this right now. I can't figure out how to, like, manipulate it. Things are fine. We are recovering our manpower. We're getting our coastline all fortified up. Carthage could declare war on us at any point, and we do have, at this point, naval supremacy over them. Quite a bit, actually, and we're able to do our mission tree as well. Or, actually, I completely forgot to... I'm not getting the notifications because I closed it earlier, so now I need to remember about this. Settling Corsica. We must look to founding settlements along the eastern coastline of Corsica to ensure no Greek or Punic settlers can again gain a foothold and that the entire island pays Roman taxes. This is going to take a very long time, but this will, I think, get all the stuff colonized, which is great. Alright, settling Corsica. We have secured the more hospitable parts of Corsica, trodden by Greek, Phoenician, and Etruscan traders. Now we should encourage the settlement of the entire island to consolidate our control, ensure it does not fall into the hands of our enemies, and that all its resources, people, and ports serve the Roman estate. Post notices in all fora, your country needs you. Alright, so we're going to get that going. It's going to take a long time, but it will be going on for basically the rest of this guy's term. That's going to be fine. This one's just not even possible, that's fine. This one here we're not going to be able to do for a while. Yeah, okay. That's fine. Sorry for the low energy episode. I'm very tired. I had a super busy day. And I wanted to get an episode in, but I may have bit off more than I can chew here. Right, Fort Ostia is done. Very nice. Right. Got all the excitement done in the first part of the episode, so that's pretty good. Roma is prospering. Our colossal construct has unexpected benefits in Roma. It is now pure euphoria to traverse the market district and see delighted citizens prosper. We anticipated that morale would be strengthened in the region, but to this extent no one imagined. This gives us a great opportunity to capitalize on the momentum we now have. Increase the taxes in the Roma. Should be... Okay, this one... It's not necessary. Or let me go for this. We've gotten this event before. I think we get this on cooldown maybe every year or something. Actually, it's not that, because it's been more than a year. This was last episode. But let's gain 5 stability and lose 5 tyranny. The rare tyranny loss event works for me. Colonizing Aluka. So now we're going to get all these colonization events. Our first colony in Corsica will be at Aluka, which is here. Scouts sent ahead, cautiously avoiding confrontations with the locals, have confirmed its suitability for a small group of settlers, landless freemen from Fregele and Latium. We could encourage more settlers by providing them with some incentives. I could pay 50 gold, basically, for some extra people from Ostia to move over. Probably worth doing, to be honest. Or just do it for free. I think actually doing it for free would be a bit better. I don't really want to deal with the pop output reduction for 10 years. And I don't really want to lose people in Ostia either. So we don't really need a lot of people here, just enough people to hold it down. Alright, so we get that immediately. That's pretty good. This port can go, by the way. Yes. Alright, well, I guess this mission will continue giving us these colonization events, so that's pretty good. Okay. Good stuff. Keep saving our PI. Got a lot of reliquary items now. Get another trade route finished. Very good. Okay. Could get surplus of wood. Don't think I need that right now. No myrrh surplus. I can start working back to get surplus of glass. In fact, it might be worth canceling. No, I don't want to cancel the gold. Let me just get the glass for now. There's another glass available. Let's just wait till we get another import slot, then we'll go for glass again. I think that's the move. That is the move. Okay. Save our PI for now. I could, actually, what I could do is I could build holy sites. Not there, but I could build more of them. Get 50 PI for that, though. Probably worth considering doing that, though. I think building holy sites in my core here could really strengthen this this province quite a bit, because the holy sites add such a strong modifier to the city. Yeah, I think it is worth doing something kind of like that. And incidentally, I could switch to stone and get another building in Roma. What would I want, though, is the question. I think going for aqueducts would probably be pretty necessary now. What do I need to become a metropolis? 80 population, yeah, I think we have to start going for aqueducts in Roma. Okay, because also as our pop capacity increases, our buildings slots will continue increasing as the pop goes up, so it kind of is a self, it's like kind of a self-empowering system. Alright, let's trade for stone and reinvest into our economy. Even though we're not in the Bonnie, under the Bonnie's leadership, if I was just waiting to do all the building under the Bonnie, which would be a bit more min-maxy, all this time would pass without these buildings being in effect, and ultimately it's sort of not worth it for that reason. Sometimes you want to min-max by waiting, sometimes you want to min-max by not waiting, so you have to know when to make those calls. That's always a tough call to make. Or get an aqueduct going. We can have up to 20 aqueducts, so we will eventually probably have 20 aqueducts in Roma. But for now, 1 is enough. Switch back over to the sheep. Okay. Looks good. How's our military doing? 35. Okay. Success in Aluka. We received word that the Roman colony at Aluka on Corsica is doing remarkably well. Our settlers' success has attracted further immigration through word of mouth. increasing the proportion of Romans in the area and contributing to the rapid growth of the settlement and its amenities. Praise Jupiter. Alright, and Venephrem, move to Iluka. That looks fine to me. Epirus is at war once again. With whom? With the Illyrians. No surprise there, honestly. They can't help themselves. Alright, and then my truce with them, incidentally, again, is up 474. Same with these guys. Although, actually, these guys... No, that's actually in Gauna. That's somebody else. Yeah, 474. Colonizing Saune. Following the success of our colonies, residents of Roma have funded their own settlement of a village near Saune, which is here. They have met with success so far and wish to be recognized as the legitimate owners of the area, if only all Romans were so entrepreneurial. Alright, works for me. Was renamed to Orcanium. Alrighty. Very good. The Neglected. Utterly tired of waiting for his promised role in government, Publius Sempronius Sophus has been quietly whispering in the ear of one of our closest confidants. Quintus Fabius Rullianus, here we go, has been wooed by the venomous words, and now both these traitorous curs are spreading rumors of our lack of integrity. We should have acted sooner. What are we dealing with here? There's loss of loyalty for both of them. So Sophus is going to become fully disloyal now. This is not a problem, technically. This is not a problem. Alright. We're just going to leave him to continue rotting away with no office. And I guess sort of literally rotting away, sad as it is to say. Yeah, we're just going to chalk this whole thing up to him not being in the best of health and making poor decisions about being so popular. I guess it's not really his fault he's so popular. He chose to leave the Optimatus party, though. That was his decision, so he has some accountability for that. I don't even know how he became brain damaged. It wasn't very clear. It just kind of happened all of a sudden. Definitely a sad situation. Even if we don't like him, no one deserves to deal with being brain damaged, so I wish that he could just, you know, not cause so much trouble for the state, then I'd be more sympathetic to him in his situation, but it is what it is. Alright, we have a couple extra hex arrays finishing now. We can send these guys over to our other spots, so let's do just that. My god, please, right. Get me and head over here. Struggles in Orcinium. We've received word that the Roman colony at Orcinium in Corsica has been struggling. It seems the local tribe's people have taken offense at the establishment of the colony and conducted an unprovoked raid into the town, slaughtering some of its Roman inhabitants, looting their homes. I don't mind a noble over here being killed. There's nothing to be done. I'm not spending manpower on that. It is not that big of a deal. Oh my god. Oh, finally. Okay, so what's happened here? This guy, I don't know what has changed, but he's finally lost the support. So, oh, all this work and it's paid off. I'm relieved. Appius Claudius Caudex, our former co-consul from the last consular thing and current admiral of the Ostian fleet, is to be our next consul. 10785 is much better than Sophus, and this means that we have another good martial consul for what will probably be our Punic war consulship, given how things are sort of turning out here. Going to be teamed up with Quintus Fabius Gerges, who I think was going to be the co-consul a while ago, and then someone replaced him. This is fine. We're going to have an Optimatus leader and an Optimatus co-leader, so that is what I want to see. We're going to have an Optimatus resurgence, I hope. Noble output for this period will help a lot with our research, which is great. Okay, I feel renewed. My spirit is restored. I feel bad for being so mean to Sophus, but it had to be done. At this point, I actually wouldn't even mind giving him his office back, but I'm not going to risk it. I don't want the thing to switch back over again. Just need to keep this kind of under control until the election. But our election meddling has successfully paid off. But, like, surprisingly, but it did manage to do that. So Colonizing Pauka. Our prospective settlers now look to the founding of a colony near Pauka, which is over here. As always, there are plenty of strong Romans ready to uproot their lives for a chance to find fortune on the frontier. I'm going to go ahead and just go for peaceful colonization. No need to get too intense here. I don't really need all these like nobles and whatnot over here. They're not going to be very productive for me out in these sort of hinterlands, so it's perfectly fine. Oh, hey, that's my salts. Yep. The economy is definitely starting to hurt a bit from the fleet, but what's going to happen? Success in Pauka. We received word that the Roman colony at Pauka on Corsica is doing remarkably well. In fact, some of the indigenous people are so enamored of our settlers' ingenuity and customs, they've all but abandoned their traditional ways and taken up alongside the Romans in the settlement. Praise Jupiter. More Romans for me. Sounds nice. Port in Ostia is done. Okay. Which I think means... Wait, level 5 now? What are we at? Yes, one more going. Coming to the city of Hydruntum. Our extension of new privileges and investments in the local infrastructure have seen Hydruntum grow from relative humility into a true Messapian city. While it still has some way to go before it can rival the great cities of our age, the past 2 years have ushered in a new era of growth and urbanization in this territory. Okay, now it is a earthenware producing city. I should probably build a port here before I forget, so let me just quickly do that. Now that I know we're going to have an Optimates consulship, I'm not going to need to worry about saving to do building under the Bonnie for another few years here, which I guess is nice in a way. Alright, let's build just at least one port. No need to go crazy here. Just one port because it is on this frontier. I'm sure hoping it builds on this side, but if it builds over on this side, it's not the end of the world. Really would not be. Alright. It's been an emotional roller coaster of an episode. It's funny because I don't normally record when I'm this tired. I'm really tired right now, so it's been just kind of one of those sessions, you know. One of those sessions, right? How am I doing with trades? Eternum has a trade ready. I need to check that every so often. Just trade gold in for value. All right, where else? Corsica has a trade, surprisingly. Trade in gold for value. Where else? That is it. Okay. All right. Don't change this up, please. Election is a little over a year away. Just keep it together. I don't mind Populares having, you know, a third control, but they've been growing steadily, and I know from past experience that the Populares can kind of take over everything if you don't do something to stop them. Because a lot of, like, I don't know the math exactly, but I think it is, like, meant to work where Populares faction often poaches characters from other factions, like as we've seen with Sophis, and they basically become this place where, you know, politicians kind of switch allegiances to the Populares more than in other directions. Colonizing Ficaria, which is the southern area here with the crossing. Our prospective settlers now look to the founding of a colony near Ficaria. As always, there are plenty of strong Romans ready to uproot their lives for a chance to find fortune on the frontier. Only a few settlers will be necessary. Alright. We now have a name cohesion over here. Very good. And this port here, honestly, probably can go. Yes. I think these guys were living in that port for some reason. Don't know what that was about, but it seems to be what they were doing. Mystery port loiterers. I don't know what that was about. Very strange. Struggles in Ficaria. We received word that the Roman colony at Ficaria in Corsica has been struggling. It appears our settlers are not quite as brave as they imagined and have tired of the harsh life on the frontier. They long to return to the comforts and safety of Roma and civilization. Without further incentives, they are sure to remain in the colony. I could pay manpower here, but I'd rather just pay money. 40 gold basically is completely fine. Yeah, I'm not going to uncolonize this. I'd rather pay the money. Alright, you stay put, please. The mission's nearly over. Or, actually, not really. We have a lot more to go. There's only one more tile left, so I guess we're just going to be stuck waiting for this in the meantime. That's too bad. There's not any other missions I can do anyways, so it could be worse. Yeah, I think I am thinking that once we get to our new consulship, because these forts are all going to be finished, I think we're going to be in a position to actually do the first Punic War. Because we have the mission tree now to reward us and to give us those mission rewards for getting the different parts of the islands, so that's pretty good. Colonizing Ropikan. Our prospective settlers now look to the founding of a colony near Ropikan. As always, there are plenty of strong Romans ready to uproot their lives for a chance to find fortune on the frontier. Well, let's go ahead and just send a few settlers. I don't want to send too many people away from my own core, if I can help it. Assassination successful. We've been informed that Quintus Fabius Aurelianus was found brutally murdered in his home just last night. The investigators have reported that a jagged rock was used in the crime, a device known to be favored by Gaius Valerius Babulcus. However, we have no hard evidence to link him to the crime. Is a jagged rock really his signature weapon? Okay. Regardless, we should be watchful. Nothing to see here. Alright. He was assassinated. Well, what exactly happens to... Okay, we got Gerges as our co-consul automatically. Okay, that is fine. This now means that we... Wait, hold on. Wasn't this guy an Optimates before? Did he become a Popularis? Am I misreading? Okay, whatever. So Lucius Valerius Valens, who is a Popularis, is the next person. So now we'll have a Popularis co-consul for Appius. He will give extra oratory and zeal, and also finesse. So actually a pretty good consular partner. Hopefully the Populares don't let it get to their heads, though. Alright, well, this is fine. This guy does have better stats, actually, than the guy he replaced, so it could be worse. Anyways, we need a new Tribunus Plebis. Anyone that's not a Popularis... Okay, here we go. Titus Claudius. This family is super grateful, but we can get away with this for now. My goodness, alright. That will do. Let's send the ships away once again. Send you down there. Very good. Eyes peeled for pirates, though. Success in Aluca. We received word that the Roman colony at Aluca on Corsica is doing remarkably well. In fact, some of the indigenous people are so enamored by our settlers' ingenuity and customs, they've all but abandoned their traditional ways and taken up alongside the Romans in the settlement. Praise Jupiter. Alright, there we go. It's now become Ropicum. Right, alright, so now we just have to wait for this to finish, I guess, which is a bummer, but it is what it is. And I think everything's looking pretty solid. I think these are ships from nations that don't have ports anymore, and they were hiding in the uncolonized land with the port, so that might be what's going on with that. Fugitives across the border. Fleeing the dreadful war with Kadar, a number of important dignitaries have managed to escape to our lands, hoping to find refuge. Our advisors recommend against giving them asylum due to the fragile political circumstances in our region, and indeed much favor may be gained with Kadar if we were to finish their job for them. No. Put them to... Or, I mean, yes, put them to death. Also, I'm going to check something really quick. Make sure that this is set up correctly. Yeah, okay, yeah, it is good. Good. Alright, making sure my mic was not on the wrong mic this whole time. That would have been sad if that was the case. Alright, Albania wants my marble. Struggles in Ropicum. Okay, we've seen this event before. I'm just going to reassure them. Just keep it together for a bit longer. Quintus Fabius Gerges has suggested a small addendum to an often referenced law pertaining to the rights of the common folk. It should only be a small effort to push this through the Senate. Yes, please. I would like some extra stability. Thank you. Could also do a law change. Worth considering if such a thing makes sense. Also, I guess we'll go ahead and grab extra prestige and popularity. Hope this doesn't screw up my consular shenanigans too severely. We could grab religious law, because we do have Civic Advance 3. And there's some good options here to be sure. Let's see here. Lex Ilia et Fufia. Well, how much conversion awaits us down here? These guys are mostly Hellenic. These guys are basically entirely non-Hellenic. So, again, if we're planning to go into Greece super soon, everyone over there is basically Hellenic, so this would be a bit wasted. However, I do think that the extra conversion speed could really help, particularly in the islands, where we're focusing a lot on conversion. Yeah, I think this is worth going for. We have the stability, we have the PI for this. Populares like this, which I guess is nice, because they have a lot of control at the minute. A niche but important law, the Lex Ilia et Fufia, put an end to the practice of unfavorable omens, ending political discussion. This limited the power of those responsible for taking the omens, allowing for more equal political discourse. Alright, there we go. This should improve our conversion speed. And then, before I forget, I should also be sure to switch this off of shipbuilding cost. I keep forgetting to switch that, but before we go to war with Carthage, I will definitely switch that. No doubt about it. I may want to squeeze in the second Epirus War. Actually, hold on. Can I squeeze it in? When is my truce up? I sort of can't squeeze it in unless I have another martial character right after. This is going to be complicated. Okay, it is on the right spot, though, which is great. Or that thing is, I mean. So, we shall see. We have another trade route here. Glass for me. Alright, good. Now we have the Civ level bonus. Very nice. We progress. Risk of rebellion. Man, this is just miserable. All right, what do we do about this? Oh my god. All right, the demotion's quick. They are working on demoting. I don't really have an answer to this situation. I have to just brute force. Yeah, this is very severe. I've got to do some brute force here. Let's see. Entertainment complex would sort of help, but maybe not that much. Town commons would potentially help. What's the one that gives me like local happiness? I guess Colonia would reduce the unrest. I should probably build a Colonia here for now, just to get that under control. Yeah, I'm not going to risk it. Cancel the sheep. Alright. Let's build a Colonia. There's the unrest. Also, it'll improve the demotion effects. So, no, not you. Head over here. Switch back to sheep. Oh, I didn't actually get stone. I keep doing this. Man, I'm tired. Alright, let's trade for stone this time. Very good. Fortunately, you can just, delete it and try again when that happens. Okay. Cancel the stone. Trade for sheep once again. Alright, let's see what we can do there. Latium is trending in the right direction overall with food. It's not amazing, but it could be worse. Ptolemaics are actually kind of falling back a bit. What's happened here? Just a lot of rebellions. Yeah, a lot of rebellions. Okay. I don't think I need to watch Epirus anymore. I will keep an eye on Carthage still to see if they go to war. Need to time that pretty precisely. And I'm not in a position to raise before the election. Actually, am I in a position to raise before the election? I've got claims on basically everything. I could do this at will. The problem is Carthage not only has a lot of land that they will also they integrated these guys here. Carthage will not only put up a big fight, but their massive swarm of feudatories will make the war score situation really tough. I don't think I am in a position to declare on the tick, so let me just continue along as it is. Success in Iluka. We received word that the Roman colony at Iluka on Corsica is doing remarkably well. Our settlers' success has attracted further immigration through the word of mouth, increasing the proportion of Romans in the area, contributing to the rapid growth of the settlement and its amenities. Praise Jupiter. I kind of want Carthage to be at war with someone before I go to war with them. I think that's probably going to be a good idea. Because ultimately, if I can just lock down the territories I'm claiming, and maybe I do it alongside a governor thing. 64, so maybe 60. Okay, I don't think these guys are disloyal enough to pull that off. I have to just take it the hard way. Well, this is completely unfortified, so that's going to be easy enough. Over here, okay, there's one fort there. Wow, the rest, they've not fortified the rest of the islands. This is going to be really easy to take. It's just holding it against the Carthaginian armies. It's going to not be so easy. 441 Punics versus 427. So in theory, we should have a comparable army now because we've been working so hard on getting these guys assimilated. In theory, that's how this is going to work. In practice, I'm not so sure. In practice, I am not so sure. Navy's still being finished, so let me not get ahead of myself here. I think in the next term, I can go for it. I don't want to prepare for it yet until the election. I want to do this, you know, step by step. I just want to make sure that this Popularis thing is wrapped up. Alright, let's reassure these guys, keep paying them off. How much longer with this mission? Just a few more months. And then we're going to be able to get this over with. And these guys do not have a sizable fleet at all. But do any of their I mean, all their feudatories have like some ships, so they really can. That's something to remember, is that Carthage's naval strength is also split between the feudatories. Gathering of animals. The strangest thing happened in Roma. The strangest thing is happening in Roma. Animals have gathered around Temple of Jupiter Optimus Maximus in what is quite a peculiar sight. I'm gonna go for this one. We gain 5% pop happiness for 2 years and omen power 30%. Holy moly. Okay. Also, I do have Minerva still, which I may want to go for again. I may want to go for that again. I'm actually thinking, is there a morale of navies god? Because that may have to be something we consider. Perhaps, no, not for you. Is there no morale of navies god? I know ship damage done is kind of, you know, along those lines. I'm not seeing such a thing. Okay. I mean, extra morale of armies certainly doesn't hurt either, so I think we just leave it as it is. Okay, let's just progress. Fortresses are finishing, very good. Alright, my fort coverage is definitely getting solidified here. Yeah, okay, so this, because they have not maintained the fortification around here, this is looking a lot more feasible than what I thought it would look like. Especially if we ignore the fort in Rigon and just land over here immediately. I mean, we'll have somebody work on the fort there, but yeah. But I'm gonna not set up until after the election. Colonization of Corsica. Corsica is now under our control, thanks to our brave settlers. But it can by no means be considered a Roman island. Our new towns will need time to become productive, but aggressively pursuing Romanization may ensure their passivity, starting with introducing them to the god's true form. I am going to encourage Romanization. I want to get these guys converted ASAP. That is a definite reality here. How's it looking over here? Version's pretty quick. Colony in theory is done. Alright, let's see on the monthly tick if this has helped things a bit. It has helped things quite a bit. It's still not good over here, but now this is manageable while we focus on demotion. We just have to get these Italiotian nobles and citizens demoted down to freemen, and then my life will become much easier, to be completely honest. Alright, these guys want my olives. Yep. yeah, so the first Punic War will happen, I believe, next episode under our next consuls, but I just don't want to get prepared for it quite. I want to give myself until the end of the consulship to recover manpower, build up a treasury, keep building these ships, and so on and so forth. In fact, let me go ahead and move over 2 of these guys up to Passé, and then the other 2 will be going to Heraclea. Alright, perfect. And also, the navies are nearly finished, at least the ones that are not in Ostia. So our 3 full navies are nearly completed. I may want to wait a little bit until they're all done before we go for the Carthage plan, just so we have like full naval supremacy. Because Carthage, you know, I'll talk about this more in the next episode, but they've got 21 ships, and then all of their feudatories have a couple ships each. So should not be overlooked. Alright, so I'll have to get a new admiral as well after the election. And then I'm excited to see what happens to the control. I'm really hoping I've like severely diminished Populares' control. I've done everything I could think of. I have like frozen them out of the government to my own detriment. If their control has been sufficiently reduced, I'll start next episode with a gentle reintroduction of Populares into my state. But I will tread cautiously on that. Do not want to have the same problem happen again. Alright, here we go. Alright, Appius Claudius Caudex now rules our glorious nation. Optimatus have resumed control. 12% noble output, then went to grant holdings. Standard Optimatus activity. Oh. Yeah, that probably wouldn't help with the Freeman happiness. Alright, Caudex, I'm going to put him onto martial focus. Let's put him on the command focus. Set our omen up. I think it behooves us... I guess we could go for discipline. That's a lot of discipline. We're going to win basically every land fight with this discipline. But the morale is also very tempting. I think in a situation where fighting large Carthaginian armies could very much be part of this war, I mean, if we do the micro correctly on the sea, it shouldn't really be, but there's an argument for actually going for someone like Yuno for the citizen happiness, which is very buffed up, to help with our, like, stability and, like, unrest problems. Because actually, like, large land fights shouldn't necessarily be part of this war. Assuming Carthage doesn't have a lot of armies on Sicily, which I don't think they would. I really don't know. Let me think about this more and then come back to it next episode. As for the government, interestingly, Populares, basically things stayed the same in terms of control. But there is another Optimatus main consul, Barbatus, coming back again, actually. Man, I really wanted the control to lower, but I guess we've got Optimatus back in charge. Maybe after an Optimatus term, things will kind of, you know, get cleaned up. I would also like the Bani to cycle back in. I want to have a really good infrastructure consulship. I'll have to think more. I'll do some research for episodes about how I can effectively min-max manipulating the Populares to not win more elections, but whatever the case, that's going to be it for this episode of the Rome campaign, my sleepiest episode yet. Sorry about any mistakes or any just kind of low energy going on here, but I think this went pretty well. We won an important war against Epirus, and we're getting really well set up for the first Punic War of this campaign. So, with that said, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.